bum, 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 Iran. What country's got a feeling really hit the ceiling? Bomb Iran, bomb, 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 bomb Iran. Went to a mosque, gonna throw some rocks. Tell the Ayatollah, gonna put you in a box. Bomb Iran, bomb, 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 bomb Iran. Bomb, bomb Iran. What country's got a feeling really hit the ceiling? Bomb Iran, bomb, 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 bomb Iran. Old Uncle Sam's getting pretty hot. Time to turn Iran into a parking lot. Bomb Iran, bomb, 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 bomb Iran. Bomb, bomb Iran. The country's got a feeling really hit the ceiling. Bomb Iran, bomb, 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 bomb Iran. Call the volunteers, call the bombardiers, call the financiers. Better get their ass in gear. Bomb Iran, bomb, 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 bomb Iran. Bomb, bomb Iran. The country's got a feeling really hit the ceiling. Bomb Iran, bomb, 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 bomb Iran. It's Luca. Calling our allies to cut off their supplies, get our hands untied, and bring them back alive. Bomb Iran, bomb, 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 bomb Iran. Bomb, bomb Iran. Our country's got a feeling really hit the ceiling. Bomb Iran, bomb, 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 bomb Iran. Bomb, 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 bomb Iran. Bomb, 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 bomb Iran. Our people you've been stealing, now it's time for dealing. Bomb Iran, bomb, 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 bomb Iran.
Assalamu alaikum, my Uma. Well, you see, we got something pretty neat. We got some Bruce Boinkers. We got some Vinluv. Also, we may have something that's maybe some discussion on one of the biggest events in since the Berlin Wall fell. But first, retard drama. We're gonna look at Bruce Boinkers' Senate call where, it's like you agree with someone, but they've got to be about the worst possible sort of, ambassador for your point of view. Let's watch.
You're saying that there's a concern, and you're being acknowledged that there's a concern that your words are being twisted. So Blinky has stated that if your words are being twisted, to let them know and that they will apologize. But if you feel like your words are being twisted and that you feel like you're not being fully understood, it is your job to make sure that you are being understood. Do you understand that?
So if you're wondering what the fuck is going on, apparently Bruce said some things about transgender people that was kind of a big, no-no to these sort of Senate people. So they dogpiled her. And naturally, they said, this is where we won't dogpile you in a call with about 100 people. It really doesn't matter if the vast majority are muted. This feels like a bigger dogpile than any text could convey. So, forgive that.
Understand that.
Okay. Linky, I'm trying to figure out how the hell to unmute you. Kier, you're in here. You can unmute people individually, can't you? Kier, you do the thing.
Did that work?
How the fuck?
No.
How can
Yeah.
you do it? I can't. Thank you. What the fuck am I doing wrong
Speed
here?
this up.
So you need to server mute, like the red one, and then you need to unserver mute.
Oh my god.
Bruceby thinks about genitals here.
Whatever. Okay, thank you.
We all learn at different paces. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead. Have your fun.
Okay, so I want to give you the common courtesy of letting you explain your argument first, so that way we get that off the table. But I'm sorry.
Who? Me or Linky?
Linky. Linky's telling you that
Oh.
Linky wants to give you the opportunity to explain yourself before the conversation continues.
Give you that little bit of common courtesy because it's not like you said you were dogpiled before. I don't want that to happen here, unless I highly doubt you will.
Okay. So how this all started essentially is I said that I personally respect trans women. I respect the whole trans identity, but I do have certain just two issues with it. And to be honest, you're not really going to change my mind on it because there's just enough crap there for me to make up my mind and go.
So, obviously, as you can see here, just like with the whole call that we had here, Bruce is going to realize this is probably not a good idea, to go forward with this. She doesn't take her own advice. We're just going to put it that way. As she is wont to not do.
Someone asked, well, you said to an extent. I said, yes, to an extent. This is my extent. And the extent was, one of them is if someone was using the trans argument because currently
Sorry, you're cutting out just a little bit for me.
Oh, crap.
No, you're okay. Someone was using the trans argument.
So if someone, because in my state of Virginia, which is where I live, we don't have any laws pertaining to that end. So usually criminals have been going off free. So my whole thing is my stance on it. You're no longer trans once you've started, committing heinous crime. I don't care if you identify as a woman or as a man, just the opposite thing. I'm not going to respect those pronouns. That's where I cease to see you as a person who deserves respect. So anything that shows that respect, like you saying you're trans and everything, I don't care. You did something heinous.
I think it's kind of generally implied we're talking about rape and pedophilic activity. Things that you would use with a penis. Again, let's just let this play on.
What sparked all of this, though, was my disagreements on letting trans women, or just even trans people, compete in sports with cisgendered people. And my main reasoning is it would be unfair. I'm not saying that they can't compete in sports, period. I'm just saying they can't compete against their biological peers because it would just be unfair. On the women's end, it would be unfair to the women who are competing. On the men's side, it would actually be unfair to trans men who are competing. So those are the only two instances where I go, yeah, no, I disagree. And start dogpiling me on that latter fact.
Okay. So everyone is clear. Boinkers here says, and it's in chat if everyone shuts the fuck up. If someone is using the trans argument to commit heinous crimes, then Boinkers here disagrees with seeing the individual as a person and refuses to appropriately gender them.
Monstrous. That's some. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of bad faith there, unless you think that saying that I don't agree with your gender identity means I don't agree with your existence as a person, which I guess is the logical, quote unquote, crux of the whole trans genocide logic. Okay.
Secondly, Boinkers states, I misspelled disagrees, but that's fine. Disagrees with trans women competing with cisgender women in sports. So, are we understanding those 2 points correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
Clear.
Okay.
I'm not against trans people competing in sports, period. I'm just not okay with trans women going up against biological women because there's just enough evidence there to show that it's unfair across the board. Now, I do believe that we should have a separate team for it, but just that whole fact is just...
Yeah, we're going to call it the tranny leagues.
Well, thank goodness we both agree that trans men should not be competing against cis women in sports because I believe they would be in separate leagues anyway.
I think it cut out when I said trans women.
Yeah, apparently Bruce meant trans women. I heard it as trans men too. This is going to be a recurring issue. Let's play on.
I'm going to address your first point, and then Linky, by all means, I will allow you to step in, of course.
Right?
So let's understand something.
All right.
You cannot sit here and say that you agree with somebody's existence, and then and then add an exception to it. That's not how it works. You can say, I understand that this person exists, and I understand that they may do terrible things, and I dislike the terrible things that they do.
Okay.
And that's how that works. By sitting there and saying, because everyone, there is not a single person in this call who will disagree that simply because somebody is trans, they're allowed to suddenly commit heinous acts. No one's going to sit here and argue that. And
I don't think that's what they're arguing. Okay. This is gonna be one of those things where you just wish everyone involved would just drop dead.
give somebody a free pass for example, shooting up a school. No one's going to sit there and say that. But you can't sit there and be like, yeah, I'm a trans ally, unless you do something terrible. Okay? Because that you can't just dehumanize somebody because you disagree with them. In fact, I'm positive.
You can't dehumanize people just because you disagree with them. Interesting. Well, I hope you never called a Trump supporter a maggot before.
That every single person in this call has had to deal with somebody who has been a predator and claimed they were trans or were actually trans or gender fluid or non-binary or whatever, and still sat there and said, I still recognize they are trans, non-binary, whatever. It's not a matter of, you can even rationalize it, it's not a matter of basic respect or human decency. It is calling a spade a spade. That's it. You
Hey,
don't have
that's
to sit there and
racist.
be like, oh, well, I refuse to respect that person. But why are you calling a trans woman a man who murdered somebody a man? That doesn't mean they're a trans woman. So why are you misgendering them? You don't.
Okay. Probably because he had male rage and Y chromosomes.
It's not a matter of respect. You're literally just calling them a man for no reason when they're not a man, they're a trans woman. Does that make sense?
I mean, I can see where you feel that way. Yes.
It's not a matter of feeling. It's a matter of actuality. If a trans woman goes on a shooting spree and you sit there and go, well, that man went on a shooting spree, you are factually incorrect. A trans woman went on a shooting spree, for example. Why are you sitting there and saying a man went on a shooting spree when in fact?
Because gunning down children is generally a masculine thing to do. It's very much what you would call a very toxic masculinity, but forgive people for thinking that murdering children is a manly thing. Just ask the American Indians.
Actually, a trans woman went on a shooting spree.
Because I have personally sat through, watched on the local news, read through local papers that young men who are going into schools, who are calling themselves trans, gender fluid, whatever, and have in fact been incarcerated for raping young women.
All right, so she's talking about the sort of scandal in Lowdown County, Northern Virginia. This is kind of one of those things that sort of helped Youngkin win the gubernatorial election in Virginia, because there actually was sort of a scandal with relatively progressive boards sort of trying to hide trans women rape on women, as if it was like the Catholic Church trying to like cover up, Father O'Donohue getting a little too close to the choir boys, Hold on, I gotta grab some more booze. Just a bit.
Fair.
My whole thing is at that point, that the trans article doesn't apply quite as much as, like, they should not be warehoused with women.
But
I'm not looking at a person as trans woman. They will be warehoused with a man because at that point they did something that men do.
Are you saying that women can't rape women?
I'm saying that as of right now, with the situation we have right now, like at this point, they're not warehousing trans criminals the way that they should. And I personally,
which is how.
I don't care if you're trans at that point. I've already stated that. Like legally speaking, you can have it on your papers that you identify as a woman. But as far as I'm aware, you need to be warehoused with a man with your biological gender at that point.
Okay, but you do care. But you do.
Bruce commits a very Bruce kind of fucks it up here. She talks about how I respect your gender identity, but I need to put you in prison with a man if you still have the equipment, which this is going to be a very common refrain from me, but I agree with that, but holy fuck, she has to be the worst messenger possible for my side. God damn.
You do care that they're trans. You do care that those individuals are trans. Because
to an extent, which is where the real extent comes from. I care to an extent.
Okay, you can't care to an extent. You either care all the way or you don't care at all. In this case, you care all the way. You need to pick a lane and you have to stay in the lane. So either you care that they're trans.
Black and white in this instance.
Okay, so but you're claiming that these trans women are raping women, and and then while also asserting that somehow women can't rape other women.
I never
said you think that
women can't rape other women. I'm saying that there are men that are using that trans label to then go into spaces in which they're not meant to be, and they know they're not meant to be, and doing heinous crimes.
All right, well, I guess there you go. You don't really respect trans women. I mean, I don't either, but I don't really pretend that I do beyond an individual level. Okay, I guess that's the difference, you know?
At that point, I don't care what you identify as. Legally speaking, I wouldn't even consider that label, simply due to the fact that you knowingly got up, decided to call yourself that, because you knew otherwise you would not be allowed in that area. You willingly walked into that area stating something that you clearly are not.
Okay.
Just so you can do that.
So you think that having the trans woman label somehow gives somebody the green light to go into women's spaces and therefore engage in sexual assault?
Well, as I've stated before.
It does if you're a rapist, I mean. But, I mean, not all of them are sexual fiends. Just way too many of them.
I live in Virginia, and currently, with our laws, they are, if they identify as trans, able to go into women's spaces.
Well, I live in California, which is like the most liberal hippy-dippy state ever. So, I mean, like we're like way ahead of you. But answer my question. So, do you think that having that trans woman?
Yes, oh, we're so advanced with our crippling debt and our inability to build a fucking railroad. Get over yourself. Jesus Christ, this is why people can't stand Californians. Oh, and by the way, keep this in mind. She's not only Californian, she's around Los Angeles. And keep in mind, this is, looks like this is July 2nd of 2023. It's going to be a little into the future, but trust me, she's going to say something about gender roles and jobs that is really not going to age too well within the next 18 months from here. Just watch. Stay tuned.
Label. I'm sorry, Linky. I'm so sorry. I promise I will let you speak.
No, you're good. You're good.
So do you think having that trans woman label gives somebody the green light to just go into these spaces and commit sexual assault on women?
Currently, at this point, like right, they have, and the government has covered it up.
Just answer the question, yes or no.
No, but it doesn't stop bad people from doing that. What I'm saying is, if bad people are doing that, I don't believe them. Actually, okay. I believe I use the example of Chris Chan in politics.
Okay, so
what he did.
By the way, she's talking about fucking Chris Chan coming into where a man should only come out of, and this Loudoun County school district cover-up shit. So, let's go.
Just what she did.
We've already established.
No, I don't care. Fuck him. He's a rapist. He's an incestuous rapist. Why should I care what his fucking pronouns are? That's retarded.
I'm not, I'm so inundated with that. I know for a fact that Chris isn't a trans person. He's come out and stated that.
Chris, actually, Bruce is correct here. Chris said that he wanted to be a man for straight women, a trans woman for lesbians, because he thought it would be his way of covering all the bases. This is actually something Chris has said. I mean, she would know. I mean, she's in the same fucking state as he is.
The only reason why he's trans is because he feels like he'll get actually laid if he was a lesbian. At that point, okay, that is not a trans person. You can argue that they are. You can scream to the hilt that they are. I refuse otherwise, because I know for the fact that that person is deranged.
Okay.
And
So do you know that every person who labels themselves as trans who commits, an active crime is deranged?
Are we just like missing like the whole fact of I am aware that this is that person deranged? Obviously, there is something wrong with them internally. Like my whole thing is that
I'm
this
trying to understand where your border is, though. You're evading my question. What you're insinuating is that this trans woman label somehow allows biological men who aren't actually trans women to get into these women's spaces, as though that's what gives them the green light to go into women's spaces to commit sexual assault or rape. But it's not like that label allows men to get into women's spaces, because men will just go into women's spaces anyway and do it anyway, because men have been doing that for hundreds of thousands of millennia.
yes.
So what is your point?
You want to know what happens if a man genuinely went in and tried to do that? Normally speaking, in a normal society, people would be weirded out by that. People would not be comfortable with that. But the minute you tack on the trans label, suddenly you're transphobic for not wanting someone with a penis inside your bathroom.
Okay, but now you're making a blanket statement that anyone with a penis suddenly has ill intentions. That's why you're getting dogpiled. Because there are plenty of people who don't want to have bottom surgery.
And you know what?
Which is 95% of trans women, by the way. Only 5% go all the way, just for the record.
And that's where we get to a point where it's like, oh, now you have bottom surgery. Now you're less of a threat because I actually believe the statement. You've detached the dick.
So you think that a dick is what makes somebody a threat?
I mean, yes? Between my loins is a weapon of mass destruction.
You know what? The lack of a dick would be more proof that you're actually being honest.
Okay, but not everyone can afford to have their dick removed.
Actually transitioning and going through it completely shows that you're being honest. And at this point, we have a problem with people being honest. That's where my border is when it's honest and being used argument to get out of corporal punishment.
So you're saying that the only way that you ever believe trans women is when they're willing to give something up.
Isn't the point of being a trans woman being the fact that you don't want to have a dick and balls because
not necessarily
bodily dysmorphia or whatever it's called? Because
not necessarily. Here's this is why I don't believe you actually you say, oh, I support trans women, but you're so flippant about everything. Well, I guess. Isn't that the whole point? Well, I guess. Winky, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let
You're good. You're good.
I actually sorry I speak up because I have
Hold on.
Hey, bitch, shut up. Mom's talking.
No. I said Linky. Linky talk. Dabu, come on.
I'm not gonna be called a bitch. I'm not gonna sit here and be called a bitch. Okay? If you're gonna call me a bitch, then you can go eat shit. How about that? I could be
If you're gonna be equally disrespectful, then you're welcome to leave. I've already told them off. You're not required to have input either. Okay?
All
I
right.
apologize.
Thank you. Linky, it is your turn to speak.
So the reason why I'm having such an issue with your study argument is because I am a male to female transgender.
Really? No shit? Toya, I'm transitioning. Sounds like you want to get the, the Revitiligo Uncle Anti-Ruckus special? Alright, let's hear the, trans woman furry talk about how, you're gonna need to get out the violins, people. That's all I'm gonna say. Get out the violins.
and hearing you say that my gender is not as important as if I would get my dick chopped off, it hurts on a multitude of levels. And originally I was going to come in here and ask you more about, like, why did you post those articles that have a clear bias towards more towards I can't.
Well, I mean, I don't think it hurts nearly as much as having your dick and balls chopped off. Toya says, no, I'm just moving from my chair to the couch. All right.
Towards a more conservative mindset.
Because I'm
Well,
conservative.
I don't even want to say I'm more conservative mindset, because I am, although I try to be as centered as possible, I am slightly conservative. It's the more transphobic mindset, I think, is the better phrasing of it.
My question is, like, what is the definition of like transitioning at this point? Because as far as I'm aware, fully transitioning means that not only have you taken hormones, but you've also gotten bottom surgery. Therefore, if you're going from male to female, you no longer have the dick. So, am I wrong?
A little,
Got it.
yes.
Not everyone wants to fully transition.
Okay, then my problem is the people who don't want to do that, because I don't trust you. Why don't you? If you're actually this thing, if you're actually transgender, why are you keeping the thing that makes you unhappy?
Because I can't. My family is ultra conservative. They're not racist conservative, mind you, but they are still conservatives. And every day I live in fear that if they find out, that they're going to ostracize me, kick me out of the family. This is the first time in my life, in the past 2 years, that I've had a good relationship with my family. And I don't want to give that up for the world. If they find out, I'm fucked.
Okay, let's.
I'm not on top of that. I can't afford bottom surgery. I can't afford the hormones. I can't afford to move out. I'm in a situation where I can't.
First of all, I'm sorry your family situation sounds so toxic that you can't be honest with them, that you genuinely feel that way. I come from a household where my dad abandoned my entire family.
Okay, well, three things. First, Dad abandoning the entire family explains a lot. Two, who are these people? This is the Senate. These are Lyos people that one of my fellow statesmen allowed into his server. And three or four, what the fuck is happening? Resting deathbed? This is a Senate call. This is AIDS incarnate. So enjoy the shitty immune system. It's courtesy of it's medicaritis.
I understand from that factor. He refuses to acknowledge that my brother is autistic, and I have my own mental health issues. I know how that feels. But you also have to. Why are you continuing that relationship, though? Why are you?
Because
I
family
literally
is
just
everything. Family is
I
everything
can't.
to people.
I
Like,
apologize for talking over you, monstrous.
no, you're fine. I'm sorry. You're crying, and I don't want you to make this worse for yourself, Linky. Like, go breathe.
I mean, the impotent complaining is, on brand for being a woman. So you know what? You're a little bit of the way there, Linky. I don't know why you're conservative. If you're thinking your family's gonna kill you for their very conservative beliefs, but you go square that circle.
At this point, it's a conversation. Like,
So I'm
make you cry.
yeah.
You
don't need to cry, Linky. Like, just take 2 minutes. So the boykers. For some people, like especially in a more like traditionalist household, family is everything. When all you've ever known is family, most people don't want to give that up. More to the point, surgery comes with risks, especially that kind of surgery. Do you know the kind of things that can happen to you when you go into such a heavy, extensive surgery?
Yeah, no, I mean, I have no idea what drastically altering my body surgically could possibly be like. What, a gastric bypass isn't like chopping your dick off? Fucking commies.
Like, that's a genuine question. I'm asking you.
I understand to a certain point, but that's
Okay.
most because
Hold
I
on,
have.
wait. Let me tell you. Let me just explain it to you.
All right.
I personally have never had that kind of surgery, but I have had surgery done, a couple surgeries done. I had a child 2.5 years ago, and my child had to be cut open from me. I had a 2% risk of, getting an infection. And guess what? I got that infection. Do you know what it's like to be able to see the inside of your own body? It's awful. It fucks with your head. And to spend weeks with being able to look inside of your own body. Now, granted, being able to see that sort of thing really shouldn't ick a lot of people out because, I mean, it's just your body, right? But it fucks with your head. That doesn't take into account having a child, at the same time. But when you're becoming a whole brand new person and you're accepting yourself for who you are, that's a whole other mind fuck that a lot of people may not always be able to handle. So you're right. Being able to fully transition might be some people's dream. It might be the thing that those people may want, but it carries with it the risk of infection, with death, with ostracization.
Ostracization, but you know what? I mean, I'll forgive you. You're an education monstrous. I shouldn't expect a lot out of you. And you're in the dumbest state in the country, so again, just saying.
It carries with it the weight
Jesus Christ? Yes, these people do need Jesus, Toya. I agree.
of so much of a mental load. That doesn't take into account the fact that those people have to take time off of work. They have to take time out of their day to go get the surgery. They have to find somebody who's going to drive them. They have to find somebody who's going to take them home. There's so much to factor into that, and that's assuming that they have any sort of support network. There's so much that you don't consider because it sounds like you have a great support system, and that's fantastic. I love that for you. Genuinely, I'm not being.
Monstrous, she has a single mother. I mean, look, I know you're 2% Mexican, and that makes you think that you're down with the struggle with some black guy or whatever. I can tell you, Bruce does not have nearly as many people in her corner as you do. That's a fact. And it's mainly because Bruce drove away almost everyone that could be in her corner. Let's go. How did this all become this? Bruce committed the cardinal sin of saying that trans women are men, I guess. I don't know. You know what? Let's just sit back and enjoy the stupid, okay? Let's just sit back and enjoy the stupid.
Sarcastic. That's great. But I don't think you're taking the possibility that other people don't have those things that you do. And apparently somebody else, Cal wants to speak. Cal, if you're gonna be nice, I will unmute you.
Yeah, we're not here to dogpile.
Yeah. What's your question?
So, were you asking earlier? If I had surgery before, or if I've known people who have?
No, if you yourself have ever had surgery.
I have, but when I was younger. The most recent one I've had was actually an oral surgery. I've gone through several of those.
She's had several oral surgeries.
So.
Okay. So
I know what that's like. I know how expensive it is. I understand the chance of infection. I understand that whole kit and caboodle.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the family aspect and not having a support system.
So
As I
Mag-
said,
magnify that with being kicked out. Like, that's just terrifying.
Resting Deathbed, just read the title of video. Vinluv? Like the guy that was on Globe's Discord? Yes, the very same Vinluv. We're going through this first, because of, well, I think this is fucking hilarious. You may not see it yet. I'm going through this about a 1.25 speed because reasons. But we're going to get to this. Apparently Vinluv, he has some very interesting opinions about me, especially considering the contents of his Pixiv account, which, if you know anything about Pixiv, you would know that you need to, like, fucking run as far away from anyone who would have any account there like it's fucking Sodom and Gomorrah about to be blasted. You take one look back at it and you're going to turn into salt. Let's go.
Some people have the fortitude to be able to do that. Some people have the emotional resilience to be able to do that. A lot of people do not, especially when you've been bullied your entire life for what? Not fitting the definition of sex or biology or gender, which there's like 15 or 20 and nobody can agree on what it is. Literally nobody. Scientists cannot agree on it. The politicians cannot agree on it. Nobody can agree on it. Literally nobody.
Are you fucking insane, bitch? No, there are not 15 or 20 genders, okay? Maybe in, like, fucking, fungi, but I'm not a fucking mushroom, okay? I've done mushrooms. I mean, guilty as charged, but I am not a mushroom myself. I haven't done nearly enough hallucinogens to think that. I am a man. There are women. And then there are, like, some genetic freaks that are, like, 1 in 20,000 that have, like, an XXY or some shit. I don't know, Klinefelters. Okay? I mean, these are, like, they're just freaks. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. I mean, Victoria Fleischer has a Pixiv account, and you already know what you drew there. No, I don't even know who the hell this person is. Draven says, science agrees about 2 genders. Gender is a concoction of a pedophilic mad scientist by the name of John Money. The word you're thinking of is sex.
High school textbooks cannot fucking agree on it, and there's only like 6 manufacturers. So, sorry, somebody else wanted to talk. That's, oh my god, Cal, where are you? Where the hell are you? Oh my god, where the fuck are you? Oh my god, Cal, where are you?
Before Cal talks, as I stated before, I do come from that traditionalist household where family means everything. On top of that, I don't really have health insurance. I don't really have money to afford the surgeries, the pills, and I definitely don't have the money. If, say, I did have the money for the surgery, if I end up getting an infection, which what I have researched in the past is fairly common. It's not super rare, but it's not like, oh my god, it's going to happen every single time. It's more of a, it can happen, and it can happen a lot.
Here.
I can't afford to go in for more surgeries, for more any of that.
Here, Baiji, can you unmute Calvary? I can't unmute them for some reason.
I got you.
Nerd.
don't give me that look, Floof.
Callie should be able to unmute now.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. My mic isn't too terrible. I'm the mean person, by the way. I won't dogpile you. I understand you don't like that. I'm sorry. But I'm also a trans person. Nothing's stopping me from getting the surgery other than I still like how my body is. My parents love and support.
You heard the stuff I just said, right? Is this recording call recent? No, this is from July 2nd, 2023. But you heard what I heard, right? I'm not trans. I mean, I am trans, but I like how my body is. This server doesn't even exist anymore, man. It hadn't even existed. I don't think it's been almost, 2 years now since they nuked this? I don't know. The spirit lives on. You can destroy a place, but you can't destroy the people behind it. Let's go.
support me. My partner loves and supports me. I just don't want to do it.
Okay, so explain to me real quick, like outside like obvious factors. What? Why? Like inherently, you're not happy with how you look. You're inherently don't like it. Why?
Sure.
You know, I'm completely with Bruce here. Like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. I gotta be honest with you. Fuck you. I am gonna question you if you're gonna say, well, I don't like my body, but I also like my body. Like, no, it's an either-or thing. It's literally a binary. Which, well, let's go.
But I mean, that doesn't mean that I want to dramatically alter my body.
And that's, I guess, where my disconnect is, because if I'm not happy with something, and I've been raised in a household, my mother has raised me. If I don't like something, get up, do something about it. If something needs to be changed to make it to where I'm happy again and I can live and function,
The thing is I'm not upset with my body. That's the difference. I don't necessarily have the same gender dysphoria that, let's say, a trans man might have looking at their boobs. I don't get that. I'm non-binary. Would I love it if I was born with a dick? Sure. That might make things easier, but I don't feel uncomfortable in my body because I love myself for who I am, and I'm still able to be trans without necessarily wanting to get my tits chopped off.
Yeah, that silence is asking, what kind of clown world horse shit is this?
I think this. I think this oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just asked, like, aren't trans and non-binary two different things?
They all fall under the same trans umbrella. Non-binary is just I don't feel like a man or a woman. I'm a secret third thing.
You're the secret agent.
Trans means across, cis means the same side of.
So I don't necessarily feel that my gender identity fits in my body, but I'm not gonna go out and change it because I'm also still so comfortable in myself, because first and foremost, my parents taught me to love myself, no matter who I am, to feel confident in myself. And most trans people do not have that.
So let's
So like one more time, just to make sure I'm understanding. So non-binary and trans are the same general thing. Non-binary
It's I'm still not identifying with what.
This is some fucking Entry of the Gladiator shit. What the fuck? And if you don't know what that is, Google it. When you hear it, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about.
The doctor put on my birth certificate. I just don't fall in line with trans man or trans woman.
Okay.
So non-binary means you don't fall under the binary. So you're neither you're neither man nor woman. So
Yep.
A trans means you just don't fall under that binary. You're I'm sorry. Trans means across, right? The prefix trans needs to be across. So you can be trans, non-binary, and that you are across from the binary. You don't fall under either man or woman. Does that kind of make sense? Or do you need me to kind of explain it a little bit more?
So how it's been taught to me is that you have man, you have woman. I can understand the whole trans thing. It's the non-binary bit where it's like, I'm not, like, I guess, like, I could understand non-binary, but like the trans non-binary bit, it just,
Sure. How does it work into that?
As either, then what is there to be trans about if you don't identify as one or the other?
That's exactly it.
Well,
that's
okay,
exactly
hang on.
it.
So gender, it's in your brain. You know, it's not necessarily feeling like, oh, I see these boys out playing when I'm a little girl and I want to be playing with those boys as a boy. It's, hang on, something's not quite right chemically in my brain. So some people alter their bodies to fit different.
Yeah, that thing that's wrong in your brain is that you're fucking crazy. Come on, what the fuck?
Difference in their brain, because there have been brain scans that show that trans people's brains match the gender, like the sex that they identify with, whether it be trans man or trans woman. A trans woman brain.
You're going to hear a lot of junk science. That is one of these studies that's like caught up in the replication crisis. They couldn't replicate that.
Like biologically matches with other cis women's brains.
Okay.
So to be trans non-binary means that you are trans and that you do not fall under the binary. So if you are trans, you are across the binary. You're deviating from the binary because you don't fall under the category of male or female. Also, I'm going to correct that. Gender is not in your head. Gender is in fact quite literally a social construct. Like it is constructed from societal expectations, social norms, gender roles. Sex is a little bit more complicated, but sex is a part of gender.
Good job, yourself, monsters. Otherwise, we would have to cancel you on Twitter.com.
God, I know. It'll be like the eighth time.
I haven't heard one bad take from you, monstrous. You're more knowledgeable about this than I am, and I am trans.
Well, anyway. So to be trans non-binary means you are just across from the binary. You just don't.
Like, you could be whatever you want. I don't care. My life is my life, and yours is yours, but it's confusing me. I'm trying to keep up too. Crying emoji. This is a religion. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I mean, at least Islam has some kind of historical backing behind it. This is just a bunch of crazy shit.
You are making that leap across the binary, essentially. So you don't fall under the construct of man and woman, which those terms are technically, I guess, social constructs as well. So that leads us to sex, by the way, because you mentioned natural advantages between men and women, except those natural advantages are only applicable to men and to women, because sex, we know sex to be, it's like one of five things, or it's a construction of five things. Sex is like outer sexual reproductive organs, inner sexual reproductive organs, chromosomes, hormones, and I can't remember what the fifth one is off the top of my head, but it's all five of these things, technically speaking, and it's a little bit more complicated than that. I think it's expression, like gender expression, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. So if you put all five of these things together, if you deviate from any one of these five things, you don't fall under, technically speaking, you don't technically fall under that umbrella, right? So we know sex to be XX and XY, correct? Like that's generally what we were taught. Unless you have like, I think it's Klinefelter syndrome or whatever, unless you have like an outlier syndrome, correct?
Yes.
How we know it?
I mean, intersex, I think is.
Yeah, you can be intersex.
Right, but there's more than just that. Klinefelter is
Indeed.
intersex generally. Except
Indeed.
that's not the case, actually, because you can have X, XY, XXX, XXY, XXXXY. Like the list of chromosomes goes on for forever. And sometimes those anomalies do result in incompatibility with life. But generally speaking, it's any one of these numbers of combinations of chromosomes that can change genitals. It can change,
I mean, I'd say there's definitely a lot of extra chromosomes flying around here.
how big your boobs are or how small they are, or whether your face has the that perfect Fibonacci sequence, with your eyes and your mouth or whatever like that, or whether you're attracted to the opposite sex or the same sex. So I see that face, the reaction. So it's any one of these things, like any of these combinations that make that. So you say these natural advantages, except those natural advantages are not reliant only in men. They happen in women too. The only reason we just don't see it is, yes, the call's being recorded. The only reason we don't see it is likely because men generally are fostered into sports over women. Women, generally speaking, tend to be more talkative, more nurtured, and you should go play with dollies, and you should go play da-da-da-da-da-da. Whereas little boys are rough and tumble, and they play soccer and football, and they do this, and they climb in the trees, and So you're talking about these natural advantages.
Newborn females have 87% of the grip strength as newborn males. And that gap only grows over time and dramatically widens once puberty hits. Men are bigger, they're heavier, tend to be stronger, faster. Women have more endurance carrying a light load, like, I don't know, a baby. But overall, there's a reason men are tend to be, are the soldiers. We're just stronger, faster, and can take a lot more abuse. I'm Christian answering the question, not super duper religious, but yeah, Christian raised and am, all right.
It's not generally natural advantages. It's, did your parents have the money to send you to sports camp? Did your parents have the time to take you to practice too?
Okay, that's bullshit. So I did a little calculation. The odds of getting into the NFL. I'm going to do a little search here. Looks like it's about there's about it's about 1 in 10,000 for the NFL. But if you had a father who played in the NFL, it would be like you've got about a 1,500% more likely to wind up in the NFL. So all this crap about like genetics don't matter is just fucking retarded. All right. It really is. It's just a bunch of gay retardation. Yeah, I need a drink. Yeah, I'm right here with you, Toya. I'm getting one. Yeah, this is fucking insane. This is just a bunch of gender commie Lysenko-is bullshit. It's retarded. Like, the fucking stupid autistic bitch with a brain injury who looks like Stephen King is the one making the most sense, but she's just so dumb that she can't express it properly, and you're in a hostile environment with a bunch of, fucking commie jihadi spurgs. I mean, yeah, everyone's gonna sound like a giant fucking retard. It's just how it is.
From school every day. So I get what you're trying to say, except it doesn't really work out that way. Not generally speaking, because the longer you take hormones, the natural progression of testosterone dies off in trans women. It's something.
The post-puberty gains don't quite die off. The, larger structure doesn't die off. Maybe there's osteoporosis. There's osteoporosis, definitely, especially if you're, taking estrogen. But you're also talking about a broader shoulders. You're talking about bigger chests, narrower hips. I mean, you can put a bunch of gender science woo or whatever into this. There's just, unless you're going to rewrite someone at the chromosomal level, you will never be a real woman and you will, never be a real man. Just how it is. I'm not trying to be, mean or cruel. I'm actually trying to be nice in the long run because I want to save a bunch of people from a bunch of dumbass delusions. I mean, no one's going to fucking listen to me, but that's just how I see it. Let's go.
Thing like 6 months or something like that. Like, if it only takes like 6 months, you're welcome to Google it. But after about 6 months, like trans women do not differ that much more hormonally than quote unquote biological women. So there's not.
But they do still retain the overall. They overall still retain that.
They really don't. They really don't.
They really
though.
don't.
They really don't. Like, their bone density actually dwindles to that of a woman.
So what you're saying is, relative to a man, they have osteoporosis. Interesting. Interesting.
And their muscle mass begins to shape like that of a woman because they're putting estrogen into themselves. You don't just take estrogen and then
If you would,
be man. No, it's okay.
If you would like me to pull up like a medical study for you, I can. Because I know we were going on and on about sources for you, and it'd be kind of hypocritical if we didn't pull up the sources when talking about this. So if you would like me to go do that, I can go find those sources.
And let's pull legitimate sources, please.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
I better see NCIBH or something in front of that source.
Oh, yeah, of course. I can go pull up the medical studies on the trans brains and also the muscle mass talking point if you'd like.
So the original reason why I wanted to pull you into this call was A, you were getting dogpiled in Arena, and I didn't want that to happen to you because I wanted you to defend yourself clearly, concisely, and without being, well, dogpiled. But also, the articles that you have posted are cherry picking. They're explicitly looking for the for the outstanding cases of trans women in cis women sports winning. They go out there and those articles explicitly pick those sources. They pick them and then hound in the point that, oh, this person has an advantage because they're a biological man. That is the problem I was having with you posting those articles. I don't know if it's any different. Sorry, my anxiety is up again. Any different from the hepatitis guy, Cal? I think, right? Am I right? I don't remember. Herpes. The herpes guy.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm Cal.
I don't know why.
Cal.
You're hepatitis.
You could just call me Herpes.
I was.
My whole thing is, doesn't like in this type of argument, everyone cherry pick just a little bit? I mean, you guys were asking me to refer to a specific article, to a specific instance.
We are
only source I can find on that specific instance.
So here's so Cal posted, just so you know, Cal posted an article from PubMed, which is available for you to read. And PubMed is I don't know if you're familiar with PubMed, but it is it's meant to be like a peer-reviewed medical, or like not medical, but peer-reviewed website meant for like scientific journalism. Let's say scientific journalism. Sorry.
There you go.
It's like I understand that trans people's brains, let's say like trans women in this instance, your brain operates like a woman's. My whole thing is like in instances where you, like in Olympics, where you've trained to the best of your abilities, like you've pushed your body to the absolute limits. I feel like there's enough evidence out there to where I feel where we need to have a separate team for trans people, have trans people compete against trans people.
Well, and I think Monstrous even agreed to that point that we should have a trans women, trans man.
Well,
the Troon Leagues. Why do people do this? Why do people do anything? Why does Rice play Texas? Why does man aspire to go on the moon? Because they want to. Now, why they want to be made a public humiliation, I don't know, but they do. That's, I don't know what else to put it. How else to put it,
Actually,
specific team.
Actually, what I think we should do instead of having a trans men team, trans women team, men team, female team, male team, what we need to start doing is categorizing people by more specific things like height, things like weight, things.
Yep. That sounds like you want to make every sport like high school wrestling. Or boxing. Good luck with that crap.
Like by muscle mass, because everyone's talking about like, oh, the natural advantages. But then you have like freaks of nature like Michael Phelps, who smokes like fucking 10 bowls of pot a day, and that motherfucker's got a like 7-foot fucking wingspan. The dude's like motherfucking Einstein, and he still pulled like how many fucking gold medals for swim? I don't know, although I did watch him for like every fucking Olympics that he's been in.
I also have an example. Usain Bolt, the man is one of, if not the fastest runner I have looked in a while.
Yeah.
Does he have a natural advantage because he can run faster than other runners? It's not a, they're a man transitioning to a woman, therefore they're automatically better than a cisgendered woman. It's the spectrum of people that exist. Everyone's different. Everyone's body is different. I mean, if you've played a sports game, which I barely have, but even I know, like in a sports video game, they will list specific stats of the play because those stats are taken from that play. If it's based off of like a real player, I don't know, like NFL, John Madden, whatever. Those stats are more than likely based on that player's actual performance because we'll track that.
When I say natural advantages, I'm talking about like the same reason why we don't generally have female. I'm gonna just use scientific terms because
That's fine.
the same reason why we generally don't have female firefighters. Like,
But we do, though. We do have
we
female
do.
firefighters.
Just don't have them as much as people would like.
We don't have them because most women don't want to be a firefighter.
Okay, but you want to know the second reason? Is
Because
that
because women want to be available to pick their children up from school.
the second reason is that many women naturally can't. There are certain qualifications you need to fit physically in order to get that job.
I'm gonna go Google that. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay, but
So,
what about?
I'm calling bullshit on that one. Sorry.
No, you're good.
It's just, and very recently people are like, oh, yes, we should lower the bar of like physical qualifications and physical requirements to allow more women to be firefighters. But when you look at a situation where a man and a woman are asked to knock down a locked door, a man is quicker at doing it than a woman. And those seconds are important in a job like that.
Okay.
Now, physically speaking, a man is more likely to be able to break down that door because they are physically more adept at doing it because they are larger and they are stronger, just naturally speaking.
Okay, so I hate to do this to you, but what you did is just move the goalpost. First, it was, well, trans people can't participate in the Olympics because of natural advantage. Well, now it's cisgendered females can't be a firefighter because they can't open a door or can't bust down a door. My apology. But what is that to say?
All right, so resting deathbed. I keep hearing that cisgender term. What is that? Genuine question, by the way. Maybe I'm just dumb as fuck. Cisgender basically means not transgender or not non-binary, so basically 99 point whatever percent of the population. It's just a fancy way of calling someone a normie. That's really all it is. And you remember when I talked about Monstrous being from Los Angeles and the topic of firefighters coming up? This is in July of 2023. So, what do you think the odds are that Monstrous is about to say some shit that is gonna age like fucking, milk on a hot summer day? What do you think the odds are, huh? Let's go.
And about female soldiers, women who go into the military service here in the United States.
Here's the thing: there's a difference between a soldier and a firefighter in job requirement. A firefighter, you have only a set amount of time to save people. And I didn't say all of them, I said most, which means a pretty good majority of women aren't able.
All right, relax. I explained to you in gallery context. If I twist your words at all, calmly explain it. You're getting a little angry. Or at least you're coming off to me angry. I apologize.
I know I sound angry. I'm just getting excitable. I also have anxiety. So I'm trying to give an example as to what I mean by natural advantages. So it's like men are just generally stronger and bigger and more adept at doing certain things than women. And the same goes on the opposite direction. Women are more naturally adverse to certain things and men are naturally averse at other things. It's called, what is it? I'll figure it out later.
Wait, what do you
It's called sexual dimorphism.
mean? Men or women are certainly averse or not averse to certain things.
Like, women have a higher pain tolerance than men. When you look at the reason why, it makes sense because we have to deal with things like childbirth.
Okay.
They're naturally stronger. Why? Well, because they needed to be.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go back to the firefighting thing really quick. There's nothing that I have found that states that women have to do any specific. And I'm in California. Again, I lived in California because I live in California, which has like the highest rate of fires because we're perpetually on fire like 95% of the year. I have found absolutely nothing that says that women can't be firefighters or refuse to be firefighters. They can't do specific firefighting things. It's all like that they have to have a clean background. So I'm gonna disagree and say that the reason why I'm going to wager that the reason why most women don't want to become firefighters is because of the long hours for shit pay, because it is shit pay considering the hours. You're a first responder.
So, okay, women are totally just as good as being firefighters as men. Let's just appoint a bunch of women who want to screw women as fire chiefs and... Oh, wait, you're saying that you're not going to carry someone's ass out of a house if they're on fire? What the fuck? I mean, I thought women could do the job just like men. This is like, by the way, again, about 18 months before the Palisades fire. So, as I said, this shit is like going from milk all the way past yogurt to like just a rancid mess.
And I'm making a generalization about California, nowhere else, considering how many fires we have in a year, considering the fact that California firefighters go a lot of places. You don't get to pick your kid up from school. You don't get to see your family fucking ever. I'm going to wager that's why a lot of women don't want to be firefighters. So unless you're in a state that's not generally on fire most of the time or doesn't tend to have a lot of natural disasters, that's probably why most women don't want to be firefighters. It's a shit job. It's a shit job with low pay.
I have several personal family friends who are first responders,
Sure.
and they're able to be with their families and everything.
Sure. My dad was a firefighter actually for like 10 years. Was a paramedic, EMT, was a firefighter actually for an airport, for several airports. And in LA actually too. And I very rarely saw him actually. So I mean I do understand. Things are probably different now. But I very rarely saw my father as a kid.
So, and another point is, I'm not shocked that you didn't find many, if any, articles on it. This was like a conversation that happened again, 2015, 2016? Google tends to bury that kind of stuff. I'm not shocked.
I am, because that's a pretty important thing to want to know. Like if I'm going to go into a field, as by the way, the median median annual pay for a firefighter is $50,000. I actually get paid more. I mean, I have a master's degree, but I actually get paid more than a median. I get paid almost twice as much.
Blah, 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 blah.
Not quite twice as much. I get paid almost twice as much as the median pay of a firefighter who puts their life on the line, by the way. So I see why nobody would want to be a firefighter. If you're only getting paid $50,000 a year, I'd be pretty pissed too.
Sexual.
Now, granted, this is California, so 50,000 there's got to be like 15,000 in a lot of other places. Just saying. I mean, it would be like 15,000 here. In case you haven't told by the Mahomes part of it, I live in a pretty cheap place, which is quickly not being so cheap. But, let's go on.
Dimorphism. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
I'm still gonna disagree and argue that most women don't want to put their lives on the line for a fucking fire, especially with a thankless job. That's a pretty thankless
Yeah, so don't make them fire chiefs. I agree with you, Monstrous.
fucking job.
Well, and hey, Monstrous, guess what? You're a biological female. Would you want to go into a fire first thing, even if you had the proper training, even if you were capable?
No, absolutely the fuck not. I wouldn't want to go into. I've got a kid. I don't want to go into a fire. I want to pick my kid up and drop my kid off at school. I want to make my kid lunches. I want to make sure I get to go home with my kid. I don't want to go into a fire. I would wager most women don't want to go into a fire. So,
like, as also a biological woman who's in this conversation, I would.
Okay,
but
that's great.
My whole point bringing it up is just that, physically speaking, we can't deny we do have that dichotomy.
What dichotomy are you referring to?
The sexual dimorphism between a man and a woman biologically.
But that doesn't just because a man I guess doesn't have to work out as much as a woman to lift the weight of a fire hose doesn't mean that you can't just go to the gym and work out.
The weight of a fire hose. It's the fact that they.
That's an example. I'm being a little hyperbolic.
I'm aware, but my whole point is just in that bit. Like, in certain sports, like let's take MMA, since I brought that up earlier. Why would you pit someone who is biologically male against someone who is biologically female? Common sense would dictate that would be a dumb idea.
Not if that person's been taking hormones for.
You know, again, this is like one of those things where it's like, I really wish it was someone who wasn't Bruce saying this crap. You know? She's right, but it's just the worst person possible to say it.
So many years, then it's a perfect matchup.
Hang on. I am an MMA fighter myself.
On several accounts.
Yeah, and I'm the Shah of Iran.
I'm an MMA fighter. I do spar against men. They have no advantage over me. I have no advantage over them. There's a set of rules that we follow. And whoever gets enough points wins. Injuries are common. I have broken more bones in my body than I can count from sparring.
Also, MMA is pretty theatrical. It's not much more different than like WWE, for example.
That's pretty fucking stupid. If you're breaking more bones than you can count, maybe that's your female body shouldn't be up to being in a male sport. Nah, I'm a fucking drunk ass retard who lives in filth. What do I know?
So if you mean Olympics, if you mean Olympics, then I think that's slightly different. But even still, like if I'm going up against like a trans woman, and that trans woman has been on hormones, but we've had the same amount of training and done the same amount of things, the only thing that's separating me and this trans woman is likely the training that we've done. That's it. That's the only thing separating.
I'm not going to find it at this time of the night, and I don't have the energy to. But I have seen actual articles that state that change isn't quite enough, because then your body tries to produce more testosterone to try and counterbalance the estrogen.
Bodies try and produce testosterone anyway. Any physical body that goes through. In fact, that's exactly why like MMA fighters are told not to fuck like 1 or 2 nights before a fight, so that they're not going to kill somebody. And women are told to fuck 1 or 2 nights beforehand, so that their testosterone levels are higher. But it doesn't matter, because if you're both on estrogen, or like if you're taking estrogen as a trans woman and you're up against the trans woman, you have the same amount of monitored estrogen within your system. It doesn't matter. But more to the point, you can't monitor that kind of thing. What are you going to do? Are you going to pull somebody's blood to make sure estrogen within their system? No, that's absolutely ridiculous.
We already do it for drugs.
I'm sorry?
We already do it for drugs. You know,
you're right. We do. And you know what we've done? We've
Yeah, and you want to know why they did that? Because, you see, the Soviet Empire wanted to win a bunch of gold medals in the Olympics to prove, the glorious superiority of socialism, okay? They gave these women so many fucking, steroids. It didn't just make the breasts look like flapjacks. They basically made them transition just with how many steroids they were giving these female athletes. I'm just saying, no shit men have an advantage against women in fighting. I'm pretty sure that some drunk ass in a bar could probably beat Ronda Rousey in a fight. I'm just saying.
Qualified, quote-unquote, biological women, legitimate biological women from sports, because their testosterone levels were too high. People thought they were doping, and they weren't. That's the problem with these things. That's the problem with these transphobic laws and this fear-mongering. You disqualify legitimate, quote-unquote, legitimate athletes because they don't meet this bizarre criteria. Little girls get screamed at in school competitions because crazy-ass transphobes yell at little 9-year-old girls because they think they're trans. That's what we get with this bizarre fear-mongering.
Yeah. I made it the fuck up. That's the source.
Why? Because Little Stacey didn't get first place in the school competition? Then you get crazy-ass people like Chelsea Mitchell, who claims she's the fastest girl in Connecticut, lost to 2 trans women, like what? Handful of times, beat them, got a school scholarship, and then claim that trans women beat her neither anymore. That's what all this fear mongering does. So you're claiming like, oh, I support trans women to an extent, but you don't support trans women at all. You cannot partially support trans folks. You either support them all the way or you don't support them at all. and how you want to support them if you don't feel like having
Yeah, are you with us or against us? Are you with trans people all the way, or are you just gonna say that, you're basically want to commit full actual trans genocide? Okay, W. Am I taking a biology or gender course? Holy shit, no. You're taking a clown world course. That's what you're doing, my man.
trans women go up against quote unquote biological women is quote unquote fair, then you need to start breaking down exactly what you define as fair, because there are plenty of people with natural quote biological advantages or quote unquote advantages who are in Olympics all the time. Lance Armstrong was doping for years and he still won all of those medals. Granted, he got some of those taken away, but it wasn't until 15, 20 years into his career that people were like, oh shit, the dude was doping. There's whole countries, whole leagues, whole swaths of people that dope. But I don't see you going after those people. I see you targeting trans women. Are you mad that those people are doping? Are you harassing those people for doping? Are you mad at those people for doping?
Yes. I'm just as mad at them for doping as I am mad at the people who are pitting trans men and women against cis men and women. Just as mad at those people.
So then what are you boinkers doing about trans men and women being pitted, because that's the word I'm hearing you use, pitted against cis men and women? Are you attacking your fundamentalist politicians and conservatives for pitting trans men and women against biological men and women? Are you calling your politicians and telling them what the fuck do you? Have you left phone calls or voicemails on the Supreme Court, or not the Supreme Court, but on Capitol Hill, telling your representatives what the fuck do you think you're? Why the fuck do you think it's okay to discriminate against LGBTQIA plus?
I have stated several times we need to have a trans team. We shouldn't be pitting these people against these other people because that's just unfair.
So you only support it when you think that it could possibly potentially benefit you or somebody else you know. That's all I'm hearing. So you only support. That's all I'm hearing.
At all.
Incorrect. I'm sorry?
No, I don't like it at all. I don't like putting a trans person in a situation where either they're going to unfairly win or they're going to unfairly lose.
Well, that's not the point. That's not the point you made earlier. I'm sorry for interjecting, but that's not the point you made earlier. The point you made earlier was you don't like the fact that they are winning or are being put in a position or going into a competition to unfairly win.
Unfairly, you know what? We'll go back to the whole sports like MMA fighting, boxing, that sort of thing. Of course, I'm going to be mad if they win. They inherently have an advantage where if they punch a woman in the face, that woman's going to break something far easier than the other person, than the person they're trying to fight against. It would be the same as swimming. Women are just better at swimming. Okay? I looked it up earlier. Women are just better at swimming. I would still be mad because I'd just be like, why are you pitting this person up against what is essentially an...
I mean, I guess if you're talking about the, what the hell was that dude in University of Pennsylvania's name? What was it? Tyler Thomas or Leah? Okay. Blah blah blah. Okay, what was their original name? Shit. William Thomas. All right.
Impossible odds.
Felon Fox?
Where they can either get hurt or
that too.
be killed or have something terrible happen to them or just be unfair. The whole entire thing just be unfair. Null and grata. If a trans person, in this case, where both have just they have worked out to the absolute zenith of what they can do. We have enough evidence that a trans person's body is producing more testosterone.
We don't know. We just explained that to you.
Either way, it's a trans person who has a distinct advantage. It's an advantage, biologically speaking, to throw said punch at a woman. Why are we letting this person into a ring where it is just common sense that that person is going to win?
Because there's no advantage. Once you start taking hormone therapy, there's no advantage.
Look at me. No, because there is enough medical documentation to say that is wrong. Because then you to deal with the fact that your body is naturally trying to deal with the whole extra estrogen bit. So you want to know what the body naturally does? Because you're a
No.
biological
That
male?
doesn't make any sense.
Uh,
That doesn't make any sense. No, if you're you know how I know that doesn't make any sense? Because you already argued that you didn't understand why trans men didn't fully why you thought that trans men were liars, that they didn't fully bottom surgery. So if trans men fully committed to quote unquote bottom surgery, you're already taking testicles out of the equation. They're hardly producing any more testosterone than any other woman out there. And by the way, you yourself, a biological woman, are already producing testosterone. So
Now, if you've seen Bruce Boinker, she is 100% producing testosterone. All right, just saying.
a trans woman, hold on. As a trans woman, you're not producing you're not even producing a fraction of what you are producing as a biological male. So there isn't this bizarre, like, do you think that the brain of a biological quote unquote man suddenly sits there and goes, oh shit, we're missing our balls, better fucking turn it up to 9,000? Because that's just how it works.
Okay, repeat that last sentence.
What?
As a biological woman, I don't produce as much as a
trans woman?
as much testosterone as a biological male.
As a trans woman?
You're still producing testosterone.
As someone producing testosterone?
As a look at me.
I can't. I literally can't.
There's a screen in the way.
What is
Sorry.
a trans woman biologically speaking?
A trans woman?
What is?
Hi.
No, I know you're evading this question at this point.
No, I'm not. A trans woman is a trans woman.
No. What are they biologically speaking?
They are a trans woman, biologically speaking.
Woman, they aren't a biological woman.
Yeah. A trans woman. What did they transition from? Just saying.
That's why we put the trans in front. They have a dick and balls naturally.
Okay,
So
someone
does that mean
someone with a dick and penis?
Okay.
Your dick and balls?
So
Yeah.
even like as you stated before, many of them don't go through the bottom surgery bit. So now we have to add the whole balls equation to it. So if a trans athlete decides not to do bottom surgery, what do you think that trans athlete's body is doing? Because you're essentially.
But you didn't put that in the equation. You didn't put that in the equation. You didn't have that in the equation. This is an afterthought. Don't add this now. No. Don't add this now.
You came
Now.
in. That's what you added to the equation. So now I'm answering your whole thing. Look at me.
Back up.
Okay?
I'm the captain now. My brain is fried 100%. Yeah, I agree with you. Resting deathbed. Let me go tend to something for a bit. There's going to be a bit of dead air, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go let the insanity proceed a bit, or I should probably. I'm just going to let it proceed.
If they still have their balls and they're still producing testosterone and they're taking estrogen, that estrogen is not supposed to be in their system biologically speaking. So their biological body is going to respond in a biological manner. You want to know what that biological manner is? To produce more testosterone.
That's not how it works.
As someone who is a trans female and as someone who is a biological male, by your own words, do you know what happens when a man goes on steroids, aka and those steroids help produce more testosterone? Do you want to know what happens? The testicles shrink because they don't have to put in as much work to make more testosterone. They physically get smaller. Do you know what a testicle is? A testicle is just a gland, essentially. It is not exactly a gland, I know. It's simplifying it. What happens is when a trans woman.
Oh God. I was just saying. So your logic, no, your logic doesn't make any sense, because when trans people, if you're gonna yell, I'm gonna have to turn you down.
Turn me down then, because what you're saying is absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna turn you down. Okay.
It's not medical fact at this point. We're not even talking logic at this point.
We are, because trans people don't just take estrogen and suddenly they produce more testosterone. Because what the fuck do you think is in your birth control? What do you think is in your birth control? Do you suddenly take more testosterone and suddenly you're more of a man? No. Trans women take anti-androgens, which block male hormones.
Okay, that's nice. You're talking about logic and all this fucking woo shit. You know what? I think we're going to skip ahead a little because you see, this is where the fun begins. Because you can talk about the Mayo Clinic and all that shit. You see, Bruce doesn't trust them. They say that these people here say, well, the Mayo Clinic only has places in Minnesota, Arizona, and wherever the hell they have it. Wisconsin? Let me see. Locations. Minnesota and Jacksonville and Arizona, Phoenix and Arizona. Bruce talked about how they went to something associated with the Mayo Clinic Care Network with the Virginia General Hospital. And she doesn't trust them. They're talking about some shit about how the Mayo Clinic says that, all this transgender stuff is, fine. And, she says it isn't. It's all some stupid shit. We're going to fast forward because, you see, we're going to fast forward to something that's probably going to be a lot funnier than any gay culture war shit. Just a second.
Okay, if I
Can you
said
explain why? Hold on.
I'm not done. If I could actually genuinely wake up my mom, who's been in the legal field for several years, and I could ask her if, in a court case, you sit down, would you refer to Mayo
This isn't
Clinic?
a court. This isn't a court. This is the court of public opinion.
Okay, hold on. No. I actually.
No, hold on. I'm also going to point out, you sourced an article from some Indian sports magazine that nobody finds reputable. So you don't get to dictate what the evidence fucking is. You fucking sourced something from an Indian sports magazine that's not even relevant to the United States of America. We fucking gave you the Mayo Clinic, okay? If you want to talk about fucking evidence, up your fucking ante. You're making the claim, you provide the evidence. You provide the evidence.
Come here. I'm not going to
No.
court.
You don't get to fucking dictate. No. You know what? Go wake your mommy up. Have your mommy fucking argue for you. Have your fucking mommy argue for you. Go. Wake her up. Go wake her up.
You know what?
No, go. You start first. You eat first. Nom. Here's the fucking spoon, bitch. Eat the fucking spoon, bitch.
You're confused.
Boom, big.
Fuck yeah.
I'm sorry. It's my fault.
No, you look at me. You look at me, boykers. You look at me. Look me in my eyes. Look me in my cisgender woman eyes.
Go outside, touch grass.
We do.
Bruce saying that anyone should touch grass is some peak irony. I'm just saying.
Regularly.
First, lead by example, you fundamentalist cunt.
You know what? I'll glad you said. What time
You
is
want?
it? You know what?
You want to know something funny? No.
Go wake mommy up. Go wake mommy up. Go ask her what time it is, and then go ask her to give you a fucking article to back you up.
You know what?
Something that isn't Fox News.
No, shut up.
Something that's. What are you gonna do? Make me? You gonna make me? You gonna make me? Come on, big girl. Make me shut up.
Sorry, monsters, calm down.
Hey,
I just don't give a shit. No, I'm not entertaining this. I'm not entertaining this conversation anymore. You don't get to dictate. You don't get to dictate what the fucking evidence is when you can't actually provide evidence yourself. You're asking all these people to provide the evidence for you. You haven't provided a lick of fucking evidence yourself. So provide the fucking evidence, or shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Either that, or go wake your mommy up and have her provide the evidence for you. Pick a fucking lane and stay in the fucking lane.
Where is it? Where is the mic?
Is it from some other fucking
Oh shit!
Indian
I think she
fucking
are, Mom.
Hey.
Oh, good. Oh my god. Are we actually getting mommy?
Oh my god.
It's my fault. Mom's tired. I had too hard of sex with her. I'm sorry.
I already the answer she's gonna give me. Okay? I've lived with her for 25. I already know.
Is your mommy a medical doctor? Is your mommy a medical doctor?
Hey, come here.
No, she got her doctorate in law. It's
In the
different.
first place, you understand why I brought it up in the first place. You want to know who's really good at deciding what is a reputable source or not?
Is it the person providing articles from Indian sports websites?
You know who else is good at, getting reputable sources for websites?
You want to know why? Because I was referring to a specific instance.
I don't care. I don't care. You're making claims. You're making claims, and you're not. You're not using any evidence.
Hey.
You're making
Okay, boinkers. I want to point something out to you. Looking for a specific instances. What do we call that? You want to know what I called it earlier? I called it cherry picking it, and you said you weren't. Or no, you said that. Well, doesn't everyone cherry pick?
Yeah, doesn't everyone? So why? You know what? Better yet,
Just like you cherry picked your instance with the Mayo Clinic.
you're an idiot. Obviously,
You will never financially recover from that comeback. You will never financially recover from that comeback. Just like Virginia will never financially recover from its welfare state.
you are a shit.
Ooh, you're a shit. Ooh,
Oh no, I don't want to be a shit.
burn.
How about that?
Stick fucking burn. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you over your shit internet connection. What? Oh wait, wait, hold on, guys.
But besides that,
I can't hear a fucking word. I can't hear anything.
Can you
anyone
stop
understand?
eating your mic, please?
You know what? Better yet,
What?
What? What you gotta do?
Put the put
Excuse
the gun
me.
down.
I apologize.
Don't shoot Discord. Discord didn't deserve this.
Linky, nice.
Don't say nice.
Is she still there? Yep, she's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be real. I admire their. I don't want to say confidence. I admire their tenacity to stay in the call.
This
The
went from
dedication.
This went from 0
Dedication.
to frame rate.
There we go. Thank you.
You ask somebody to provide evidence, and they provide nothing. This is great. Oh,
My biggest issue is that my grandmother worked for the Mayo Clinic, right? She has a legitimate medical degree.
Lucian, you can talk, by the way.
There are
Hell
other
yeah.
there are other
Finally.
stores. There are other stores. There was a guy saying, "Well, if trans people can exist, then I get to be a 6-year-old girl."
I'm not taking this
I'm gonna
seriously
be a
anymore, so I'm just going to
Okay.
unmute everyone.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Before we
there we
don't
go.
take this seriously, because I really want to I know that this
Well, I'm just going to say this. This voice seems kind of familiar.
person genuinely doesn't understand, and I think it comes from a place that for what I understand, Bruce, or the person with things about genitals, I have no idea what the pronouns are. I think it's a she,
Her.
but it's a
Sure.
okay.
Sure.
Thank you. The thing is, a lot of cisgender people, not everyone, but a lot of people don't understand how transgender people are, how she clearly doesn't understand what it is.
She said something in chat. I'm gonna come back with no you. That's it. No, you.
Damn.
No you. No you.
Damn.
I care so little about your insult. I'm not even going to dignify it with a legitimate response.
I can't
Apple
believe you
cunt.
got so butthurt by me saying I fucked your mom.
No, the thing is, I do want to try to make them understand what I'm trying to say, because I genuinely think they are ignorant. This is not from a place of malice. This is such an.
No, this is malice. This is straight malice. Now.
This is malice. When you try and dictate what the evidence is while providing exactly no evidence yourself, this is malice.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't give a shit.
It's absolutely malice at this point. I was talking about the beginning. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just asking them if the mods can mute.
Malice.
I don't care. You don't get to talk.
Bruce, I know that this might be difficult. First of all, I do want to go a little over the other notes that they had. I think Sharon was making them, if I'm going to find some of them, but I do want to talk about one point. the thing about the biological thing, because I actually have
Stop taking this
been
seriously.
like,
No. I'm telling you, stop taking this seriously. This legitimately does not dignify an appropriate response. When all you're gonna do is sit there and repeat and regurgitate the same exact fucking thing that every other Fox News pundit fucking sits there and says, you do not need to dignify this fucking response. You do not get to sit there. No, shut the fuck up. I don't care. Nobody gives a shit about your opinion. No, shut the fuck up. I don't care. Go wake your mommy and complain to her for all I care. I don't care. I literally don't care. So,
Get your mom on call.
get your mom on call for all I care. I don't care. Anyway,
Here,
when you sit there and you regurgitate the same bullshit and like say, "Oh, I'm a trans ally," but I'm only a trans ally when it physically benefits me, and that's it. That's all that it comes down to.
yeah. The thing is
I
that
don't
at the start, that at the start, like it did feel like it was just ignorance, but clearly now that they even point that no, CBS tells the truth about the Mayo Clinic thing, and like
Hey,
CBS
you want me to
is
wake her
a
up?
new-
Fine.
It's a news site, like
Hey, Oingo Boingo. Your mom is already asleep. I fucked her too hard. I'm sorry.
I know we're not supposed to take them seriously because holy shit, how do
More
you
to the
take
point,
a person something like this seriously? But like, my dude, my fam, like CBS does not have medical professionals. My
let's
clinic has more
point out the
credibility.
fact. Let's point out the fact that this person is so bad at arguing that they feel the need to get their mom on call. Like, I mean, go for it. I don't care. But this is
It'll
like
be
some
fun.
frame rate level shit. This is literally some
Oh
frame
yeah,
rate level
that's
shit. So,
like absolutely pathetic. I'm not going to deny that. Like, imagine having to rely on another person.
Talk about trans issues.
Are you seriously up yelling at me? Who are you talking to?
But
Oh my god, she woke up her fucking
wow,
mom.
you actually woke your mom up. That's so weird. Who does that?
Hey,
this is
hey,
great.
mom. How did you like my dick in your pussy last night?
Hey,
Okay,
you need to be
this is
respectful. No, you
someone's
need to be
mother.
respectful.
This is the
Wow.
mother. Do
Participate.
not
Yeah, you
attack
need
the
to be
mother.
respectful. Wow.
All right, sorry. That was too far.
Yeah.
That
No,
was
you
Sorry,
need to be
Mom.
respectful.
gone too far.
Sorry, mom.
You wanted me to
No, you
wake
need to be
her up?
respectful of people's
You
parents.
wanted me to wake her up?
Yeah.
You wanted me to wake her up? I didn't.
Didn't you wake her up?
Yeah, she did wake her up and managed to make a bigger ass of herself. Hello, Cloverleaf. Sup? Yes, they are still talking. We're probably going to be done with this in a little bit, honestly. Once Bruce proper leaves the call. Probably going a little bit of an intermission. Be back in a bit. Gotta do a little more preparation.
The fact that you woke your mom up to have your argument for you is kind of weird, dude.
Kind of
You wanted me to
pathetic,
wake her up? I did.
Why?
You
That's so
did?
weird.
So,
Your mom
But
did
like, why do you need backup to make your argument? If you say that your argument
here,
is
no.
based on logic, if
Y'all
your
wanted me to
argument
wake
is
her up.
based on logic, then why do you need a second person to retell it for you to have a credible source? Like, I genuinely don't understand why do you need a second mouth to say it? Like, holy shit.
Hey, guess what? Y'all wanted me to wake her up because you wanted me to go and prove what I was saying, right? Right?
Actually, we said we didn't care. Actually, we said we didn't care.
That's the thing.
I know your attention span
The
is so
thing is
short.
that we don't care. We care that you
Y'all-
make a
y'all
real
wanted
point
me
that is
to in the
not
first
made
place.
on a
I did.
conspiracy
That's what
theory
she
that
said.
you made up
No.
because it's convenient for you. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the tinfoil hat is already off. Honey,
Hey, guess what?
you can't go back. Also, I do want to point out the biological thing.
Musician.
Oh no, if you don't cut your penis, you're not a real trans person.
Hey.
Do you know how much that costs, and also how many people have different
you're not-
You know what? No,
like
you're not.
difficulties?
one at a time.
Okay, I'm sorry.
One time.
Y'all wanted me to wake up my mother to answer a question. And y'all, when I told you initially, I didn't want to wake her up because that would be rude. And that my whole point of saying it is no, in this conversation, Mayo Clinic isn't a reliable source. And on top of
But your
that,
mom is?
Actually,
Okay.
we said we
Citation
didn't. Actually, we
needed
said we
evidence
didn't care.
required.
you want to know how
Guys.
sad this is?
when one person is trying to talk and they have to sit here and be dogpiled and have
This is not
15 other
dogpiled.
people talking.
I mean, it
Like,
is.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
not
At this point, it got
dogpiling.
to
Guys, do you
a
mind
point-
if I say something? Hey,
It got
No,
to a
let them
point where
talk.
we're not even having a conversation anymore.
No, we stopped having a conversation 5 minutes ago when you tried to keep pushing what the definition of evidence was. And then we told you we didn't care.
Jack shit. That's
You
the
need to
sad
stop
part.
talking over people. I have asked people to stop talking over you.
You have
I
been
asked people to stop talking
over
over
me this
you.
whole time. You have
Because I
been
told you we
talking
didn't
over me
care.
this whole
I told you
time.
this conversation was no longer a conversation 5 minutes ago.
No.
And then you were like, I'm
No,
going to
no,
go pick
no,
up my
no.
mom. And I
No,
said,
no.
we don't care.
Hey.
Do I
Y'all
need to
been
look at
talking
you?
over me this whole time. I start talking, having a conversation. Y'all feel the need to, jump in mid-sentence and start talking over me. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit at this point. Do whatever
Neither
you
do
want
we.
to.
Neither do we.
Eat piss. Eat
Go.
shit. Go touch grass. This
Nobody
isn't
fucking
even a
cares.
conversation anymore. I'm going to bed.
Bye, bitch.
Bye.
Leave.
You
I
woke up
can't
your mom
Nobody
to tell us
leave
that?
here.
The
That's
the
it.
thing
You
is,
woke your mommy up
the
and left
thing
her
is,
for you
Get
for some
die.
reason. Bye.
Bruce.
Bye.
Bruce, I want to give
Bye,
you
I
one
guess.
last thing to
Like,
on.
Like,
I do
out
want to point out that it's
Holy
pretty
shit.
like hypocritical
Yeah.
that Bruce is saying that
This is where you are
when they
from.
like scream over monsters and everyone else a few moments ago because of the Mayo thing. Like what?
Excuse me. May I make my final comment? George,
Yes.
Bruce, if they are still here.
And Bruce left. They didn't want to deal with this stupid shit anymore. Oh god, I am not used to seeing this many people on a call. I forgot this is a real thing. Yes, this was very much the Senate. Speaking of stupid e-drama, there's a gentleman by the name of Vinluv Anton Handesbukia. He's some dude who's
Warning,
like
Kiwi
big
Farm.
with the Shardy. He's gonna say that I'm some kind of pedophile for hanging out with a 22-year-old and doing an interview with an 18-year-old who knew this guy. But let's go.
Warning, Kiwi Farms. Seamus Mahome.
I love how nobody can fucking pronounce the name right. I mean, I don't really give a fuck, but it's Seamus Mahomes, by the way. I don't really care, but it's funny to me.
Whatever his name is. Yeah, he is a 35-year-old man who hangs out with 15 years old and 17 years old. One's a 15-year-old named Kane. The other is a 17-year-old Mr. Glaub on his stream. He was 17. The other guy is 18 years older. Really. A 35-year-old man hanging out with a 15-year-old and 17-year-old. Just wanted to bring that up. Very concerning to me that a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old are hanging out with a 35-year-old. Just want to get you up.
Yeah. Kane is, Kane's in his 20s? He's 22? Looking at this, Cloud Lemon. I only get in a call with like 10 people or less, but oh my god, that's a whole stadium. Yeah, it's kind of freaking retarded, I gotta say. Phew. Let me sign in. Oof. Da, 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 da. Huh, Turkey Tom is trending. And holy crap. My, looks like the settings are kind of screwed on here. I thought I had it on the, I could have sworn I had it on, light mode, but display dim. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna go take a look at a status here from Ban Vinluv, if gay. This is the caliber of intellect we are dealing with. Just a second. Okay, taking a bit. KiwiFarms.net just want to alarm you that Samus Mahomes is a 35-year-old man who hangs out with the friends of the 15-year-old boy named Kane. Samus Mahomes, Kane's in his 20s. He did a 2-hour... He can't even spell hour right. What the fuck? Series of me using it. Why didn't he deny being 15 then? He's 15 because I'm actually 15, says Kane. Literally caveman me. Yes. And as you see in this guy, I think I'd rather look like the caveman that I am with my caveman aura than this dude. And he says, why are you hanging out with a 15 and 17-year-old? Because I want to add them to my femboy harem like I'm Harvey Milk. I'm clearly fucking with this stupid individual. Oh, hold on. Let me go take a few more posts of this guy. We're loading. Oh, it's fat fetish shit. Okay. Hangs out with this dude. Okay. But, I know he had some kind of thing about me, but you know what? Forget it. I do not want to look into anything like that. Let's see if he's popular. He did something, Sidson cooking, because there's something funny he did like that. There's another video that I do want to take a look at this with this guy. Some kind of cooking shit. I didn't think it would be this hard to find it. My apologies, everybody. It's a bunch of Chris Chan shit. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Wow. Maryland has fallen. Fall. Wow, I feel fucking retarded right now. Wow. 605 videos. Huh. I think I'm gonna go to an intermission. Just a moment. everybody. I did manage to find the video that I was looking for. Looks like Vinluv here is going to do a little cooking for us. Didn't this guy commission a kid to do fetish art for him? Yeah, Zooks, yes, I believe he did. I think you can go take a look at the Kiwi Farms thread on Vinluv. Let's go watch this individual of Oriental extraction attempt to operate a kitchen.
Okay, welcome back to Cooking with the Love. Vinluv, baby. I'm gonna cook some cheese and chocolate fondue flambe. Whoop whoop. Yeah, let's fucking do this, pal. First, we're gonna get this pan out. Get this pan. You know, I saw like someone make a Nate curb stomping me. But the thing is, I would have overpowered Nate with my super strong muscle days. So I'll epically own him. Get some chocolate, some cheese.
Yeah, this guy's Vietnamese, by the way. Resting deathbed. Ew. Yeah.
Some oil. I'm not getting anything from the garage, boy. I know, I love you very much, okay? Yeah, anyways.
That's his grandma that he mongols the toes of, by the way, for when to get on Fish Tank.
Here, yeah. Get some cheese. Get some wine. It's a fucking
no, Clover, you're not going blind. This is very. Just probably put Vaseline on the lens.
Come to my daddy's den. This is my sister, Catherine Rowe. Very cutie patootie. And yeah.
That's kind of a weird thing to say about your sister, dude. We've already seen how weird you are with your fucking grandma. I'm just saying.
Here's me, and also me, and my sister. Yeah, I can already photo on her too. My father's den of caricatures. Ooh. And the house tour 2.0. They want to see it. Here's the painting I edited that my brother made. Anyways, I'll get back to the food. I'm not retarded.
So you might have just been able to blink and miss it, but let me peel this back just a little bit. All right, so he goes into his room. Okay.
House tour 2.0.
There's a humidifier.
They want to see it. Here's the painting I edited.
Okay, so that's Tim Avery from Son of Mask. This Vinluv guy is obsessed with this movie. Like, obsessed. Like, there's obsessed, and then there's, me talking about how, like, Iran is totally not like, Shia ISIS. They're not gonna put a bunch of people on rooftops. Just like I'm totally not gonna play some gay anime intro. And just like I'm totally not gonna launch a bunch of unholy hellfire on Iran.
That my brother made. Anyways, I'll get back to the food. I'm not retarded. Here I got a manatee skull. Yep, a manatee skull. Don't ask. Oh, there we go. You probably see it better now. Yeah, actual manatee skull. Yep. Don't tell mama. Ooh, some mama. Here we go. You hear that? That's some sizzling cheese. Anyway, and some wine.
Oh boy, I wonder what horrors we're gonna see when Vinluv gets drunk.
Now
Isn't this the guy that ate shit out of a toilet? Yes, it is. So, I guess we're gonna take the culinary taste of a coprophiliac. Or a coprophagiac. I mean, holy crap, it's like between him and Nick Bate, it's like, who's the bigger incestuous weirdo, and what weird shit crap. I mean, Nick Bate put poop on his penis. I'm pretty sure he put it in his mouth. Yeah, it is.
This is melted up good. We're gonna add some. We're gonna turn down the heat. Kill the heat a little bit. Add some chocolate. And a little bit of water. Ugh. Here's my old slop that I made. On the vodka.
What the fresh hell is that? Looks like chicken, some rice, and maybe hot sauce, or maybe saffron if I'm feeling generous. We got drinking water. Okay.
Oh, got to that on. Get some nice caramelization here. Sweet yummers. Yummy, delicious. Yeah. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. We're gonna add some wine to that. Some bucket of gonna cook some fucking fondue flambe. Got the fire because I don't want to burn the fucking house down. Yeah. Then we're gonna put this in a container, freeze it up. There's some xanthan gum. Oh shit. Oh fuck. This shit's yummy. This shit tasty. Tapiocas are perfect. Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. Nah, it's toast. Wanna make mama angry? Mama. I love my mama. I love my dollar. I love my games. Very much. Oh, I know what to add. It's a pretty short I know later I'm cooking some chocolate fondue. Now we're gonna kill the heat here. Put this shit away. You add the secret ingredient to this mixture. A little bit of lemon. A bit of lemon. Lemon. Emulsification. Lemon. Yeah. Yeah, creamy.
As you can see, he's turning this, whatever this is, into some kind of roux. I don't know what it is, but I'm horrified to find out. And does it feel like Resident Evil 7? I wouldn't know. Never played that game. Tried playing Resident Evil 2. Fuck tank controls. That shit is stupid. Does bro think he's funny? Yes, he does. He 100% thinks he's hilarious. Nobody else does.
Yeah, it's emulsified, it's creamy, it's goopy. Delicious. Yeah. I'm gonna melt that in the fridge for a little bit, okay?
Look, smokeout cooking is always fantastic. okay? I don't care.
Yeah, it's fucking emulsified. It's just one big slop. Sludge. Okay. Just look. Ooh. I'm gonna get that out. Throw this shit away. Throw the inside out. Throughout the land. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. We gotta clean that off too. No, I'm not yelling.
That's not slop, that's tar. Yeah. Yeah. See, it's like it's fucking pine tar. Ugh. Like, what the fuck? What's this chocolate sludge? I don't even know what the fuck it was prior, okay? I guess that's the glory. We're gonna find out what this fucking freak likes to eat.
Nothing yell. That's boring. Wow. What?
This guy was using chopsticks to stir. I don't know, man. It was just the surreal stuff around it. Just like I kind of saw it, but I was like, there's just so much weird around it. I didn't notice just how weird the guy using chopsticks to stir anything was. Holy crap! This guy needs not. Is that fine or? All these fucking, Vietnamese people, these sea monkeys, they just smash shit on the fucking stove. Resting Deathbed says, mind you, this guy tried following me on my Instagram and add me on Discord. I had to block him too. Skull emoji, dying rose emoji. I don't know what that is. My apologies, but, yeah, this guy's fucking weird. Is why I'm looking into him.
It's supposed to be, okay? What?
As you can see, that is his grandma, and those are the feet that he mongled.
No, nothing yell. What do you need? Nothing yell, okay? I love you very much.
No yell? No yell?
Yeah. No yell. It's all in your head, okay? Ah, jeepers bleepers. Just a little more. No, I'm fine. They'll call me, okay? Get on the lane. Mama gonna make some steak and eggs. Mama little baby, little short, mama little baby, little short, yeah.
Yeah, oh no, the abuela, she looks so nice. He's Vietnamese. Get this man away from his granny, damn it. Much agreed. I don't know what the he called her Baba. I guess that's Vietnamese for grandma. I don't know. I know it's Chinese for grandma or whatever, but let's keep going.
I know. I will. Got it. Mama, little baby, little. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Mama, little baby, little. I know. I know. Yeah, I know. Cooking off the alcohol, no booze, hello, but hello.
This man is no Max Miller. This man is no Emeril Lagasse. Man isn't even me drunk off my ass in somebody else's kitchen. This is something else. I love it. This is why I love locale cooking.
I love you and you love me.
Jesus fucking Christ, that was a jump scare. Let's rewind that, okay? Holy fuck!
Turn off the alcohol, no booze ever.
I love you and you love me.
Oh my god, look how... This guy needs to brush his goddamn teeth. Like, oh my god. Get that fucking, like, Oral-B, like, electric toothbrush crap. Fucking hell, man. Give this guy an Oral-B toothbrush. Please.
What
the fuck is he even doing anymore? What are you doing with that? Why? Why? What are you doing? Oh, and you're adding this bird. Why?
Yeah. Sweet, creamy. I'm fine, no thanks. No thanks. I'm fine.
He adds the wine.
Burn off all that alcohol. I know what to do, okay? I know. Nope. Yeah, okay. My little baby live shortening, my little baby live short. We're gonna do some illegal techniques in cuisine. I'm gonna crack an egg into that one. Okay, here. Yeah. Oh.
Well, okay, so take a nice little look at that egg you just cracked into that melted cheese nonsense. What the fuck is that stuff? I wonder if his abuela knows of the other weird shit he does. She probably knows that he sucks her toes because he put her feet in his mouth. I mean, assuming she's not, like, totally goddamn senile. I mean, I know it's hard to tell the difference between Vietnamese and Mexicans, but this guy's Vietnamese. You can go check out this guy's Kiwi Farms thread. It has his name, and it is very much Vietnamese. That is all I'm going to say.
Fudge. I'm fine. I know what I'm doing, okay? It's not burning a thing. I'm burning off alcohol. It's a technical cuisine. Oy. Yeah. It's not burning supposed to be like that. It's cuisine. It's hot cuisine. Anyways, gotta take this. Yeah, look at.
Keep in mind, he doesn't grab a wisp or any kind of like stirring anything new. He just grabs the nasty ass fucking chopsticks on the burned ass cheese to stir in this raw egg into. Wait, he's Mexican or claiming? No, he is Vietnamese. He wants to say he's quote unquote Aryan, but no, he's Vietnamese. Again, he's got a Kiwi Farms thread. Just type in Vinluv, Vinluv in the search bar, and you'll find his thread. I know you don't want to say that he's Vietnamese, but I'm telling you, there's some real there's there's fuck-ups in every race. Like, that's the kind of stuff that makes me say, I don't believe in supremacy. I just believe in some people are better at other things than others.
Eat that into. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyways, we got a little bit here. Just to indoctrinate it. Okay. I won't. Yeah, some more deglazing wine. Yeah, I won't. Some more wine to deglaze. The deglazing wine. I know. Okay, I know.
Dear God, I hope this guy doesn't drive. Not out of the alcohol, just out of the Jesus Christ, this guy's retarded. Well, I'm a Mexican, so good to know. Brother, you're making an abomination drowned in alcohol, and now you're adding a raw-ass egg and whatever it is. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. I'm a Mexican, so I'm good, bro. Yucky, crying emoji. Yeah, I can understand the physical... I can understand why you thought he was Mexican. He's some kind of short fucking degenerate. His mom, grandma, seems like some woman that doesn't quite know what the fuck's going on. Doesn't know English, kind of short. And this guy is, you know, him. Nah, his grandma's from fucking Saigon. Probably sucked off some black Marine or white Marine for whatever. And managed to come to America that way. Also, ghee. That's like some clarified butter crap. That's some Indian shit. Okay? So, if you see Vinluv, ask him why he's eating Jeet stuff. Okay?
I know. I know. Whoa, 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 whoa. I know, yeah. It's supposed to be like that. Yeah. Yeah. I won't. I will. I love you very much, okay? I see you later, not now. Yes.
I also have to say, this is just my, this is aggravating my autism, but as you can see, that pan is off center to the stove there. I would not question or even talk to that creature. No thanks. I completely agree with you. Like, I don't want to think that this man is a fellow American, but he is. He is. I mean, you saw the fucking, photo of white Jesus there. He's as American as I am. Agreed. I'm keeping my distance from him. Very agreed. And you're going to see some reasons why you might want to keep your distance from him soon. I'm just saying, I didn't just pull up this stuff because I enjoy lolcow cooking.
Here. Yeah. Here. Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't be surprised. I had a guy when he says I'm 35. That's the one thing he said that's true. I'm an old guy, okay? I'm old. When he says no arrow to me, I thought he meant no aura, but it was some soy jack crap I didn't even know about. I remember when I had a guy come to my elementary school talk about how, like, Vietnamese people, like this guy, would pay $1 for a whole ass fucking duck, and they would use every part of it like your average American Indian would use every part of the buffalo. And I'm starting to think, I'm looking at the way this guy's using leftover cheese grease with wine, and I'm thinking, is there some kind of, like, mental mechanism going towards the same end, like how a beaver automatically tries to build a dam even if it's separated from his parents?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I will. I won't. I won't forget. It's boozy. The bourgeois. It's the bourgeoisie. They enjoy this go sloppy. How you say go sloppy? Ugh. Ugh. Ooh. Ooh. Ow. So kiwi farmers, get all this, note this down. See if it compares to my artificial pookie dookie prop prank recipe. It's like a. Ooh. Not gonna put all of it yet. Ah, shit. Oh. It's all to the ether. I sacrificed to my ancestors, my Asian ancestors, and my Levant desert Jew, Jesus Christ. He's actually Aryan, you know. Actually a white beast. Oh! Woo! Woo! Give it a hot. We'll do some cayenne. Cayenne! Cayenne. Oh, jalapeno. Yeah, I need some fucking cayenne in this funnel, bitch. Ooh, sriracha. Ooh, actually, yeah, that's a great idea, actually. That's okay, I got it. I'm just gonna add some sriracha to my slop. Oh. It's fine. It's fine. I know. Okay. Here. Let me just add some more blazing wine. Oh shit! You're on fire. That was a little ember. Give me a moment here. Try the natures of proteins. Make sure nothing's fucking scrambled.
I mean, this guy's brain's pretty scrambled as is. America does not need this guy in the population. Well, just be grateful that this guy isn't going to be able to pass his genes on. Alright? Just be grateful for that.
Here we go. We're almost done. Fishing lap. And that's basically it. Okay, let's put this in the fucking freezer. Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, okay.
You make too much food?
No, I don't eat it all at once. I eat save it for the family. For the family.
Where you going there? Burn your face?
No.
He is trying to mog with his M&M
God, this is not
phone
appealing.
case.
Oh, shirt. Mother ripped it.
He tries to...
Just not a
What the
shirt, you know. I look
man,
skinny. I
is he
look
a stretch
fucking
mark?
thin and skinny.
As you can take a look at this man's frightening face, this arrow of his that frightens every child and elderly woman within 5 miles of him. I'll show my fangs.
Ôi, nhưng mà, ôi.
I know, okay, I'm eating.
And she's wondering
You
why...
want me to wash my mouth?
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I love you, okay?
Thank you.
Có của chị. Some,
Don't go anywhere, okay? Wait, Daddy said to take you, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna go walk in a little bit, okay? Oblivious.
Daddy, come home anywhere. Don't go. Don't go.
I have
You must
to.
stay home.
I do stay home.
Wait for Daddy, okay?
Okay, I will. I'm sorry. I love you very much,
I
okay?
know. I don't want to leave by myself here.
I know. I love you very much, okay?
Okay. Hey, see your mouth, buddy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll clean my mouth, okay? Would that be optional? Would it be optimal?
This guy's talking about how he's saying he should probably brush his teeth before he kisses relatives. Buddy, you're like 23. You ought to know how to brush your fucking teeth, you Weirdo.
Okay, I'm gonna clean my mouth with her for my Baba credit. Respect you.
You're supposed to use toothbrush and toothpaste. Maybe brush your tongue a little.
Okay. Is it good? Now can I kiss you? She likes to kiss me a lot.
What's your tongue?
Yeah, here.
It's the only way he's ever going to kiss.
See? Okay.
Okay. Okay,
Thank
done.
you. Yeah, I'm gonna go put my. I did. Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna fucking microwave that bitch up for a little bit. Get it all nice and cooked. This titty blood is all cooked. This titty all blood, yeah. This titty all blood's cooked.
What the fuck is he even saying? Did he, what?
This titty all blood eating dookie. This titty all blood sucking Baba toe. This titty all blood. This titty all blood. Yeah. I know. This titty all blood.
Oh, yeah, I would agree.
This titty all blood. Yeah, I want. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. I'm gonna let this cool off. Here. Here, get this, some boiling water. Okay. I won't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna microwave that bitch. And then, go. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Oh, spaghetti-o. Uh-oh. Yeah, basically, I'm gonna nuke this boat. It's delicious. It's fruity. It's a little bit savory. Oh my god, it's amazing. And I'm gonna freeze it in the freezer and let some science happen, like Bill Nye the Science Guy. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay. Well, this is gonna be interesting. Is he gonna do anything really crazy here?
There we go. Yeah. Basically, that's how you. I'm gonna put this in the fridge, and afterwards, you know, that's how you cook with the. Oh, cook with the love. That's a love thing. Summer of love, it's a love thing. Mike Lowe and Brian Wilson, great guys, wonderful guys. They made the Beach Boys, quite possibly one of the greatest bands ever made, greatest composers ever made. Brian Love, the great Brian Love, Brian Wilson didn't get along. Brian Wilson, he didn't like Mike one bit. Didn't like him one bit. He thought Mike Wilson he recuperated the feelings. Very sad. Great guys, but they couldn't get along. Fucked up the formula, he said. Fucked them up. Fucked up. It's tragic. You know, I like Brian Wilson's newer shit. I liked Adult Child. I liked, what's it called? Beach Boys Love You. You know, that's kind of funny because it has, you know, Mike Love, last name of it. It's really funny. You know, it's ironic. It's beautiful. It's poetic. You know, they're a modern Greek tragedy. A modern, the gay guys who are naked together. You know, like, what's it called? Achilles and his boyfriend, Hector, whatever it's called. Yeah, Achilles and Hector, they're like that. Brian Wilson, Mike Love. The modern day Achilles and Hector of music. You know, love Norbit. great film, not a fat fetishist, not Pierce Brosnan. I'm not an architect. You know, Melania, she's healthy, she's thin. You know, but I could fan her up. I could make her a thick Slavic BBW if I wanted to. But yeah, I respect her health. I respect her life choices. You know, I'm a respectful guy. I'm a nice, respectful, careful, gentle, sweet guy. Very sweet, very nice. It's so nice. My wife, I go to America. My wife, hey, Jedi, don't come here. Your Jedi mind trick don't work on me. Oh, Mario, Mamma Mia. I'm Howie Mandel. I do funny voices. I've also this so I cut off all my fucking ear. I'm bald. I'm Howie Mandel and I'm bald. Oh, Mamma Mia. Pizza boy. Oh, Mamma Mia. Oh, I'm Howie Mandel. I'm in Howie's world. I'm Bobby's world. I'm Bobby. I'm a fucking baby. I'm Bobby. I'm Bobby's world. Ooh, 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 I'm Bobby. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa.
What the fuck?
Hey, anyways.
Okay, Daffy Duck.
What's up with this set? Setting up the seat. Would you like to see it one last time before I go?
No, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I made a perfect
You'll do it
copy.
anyway.
You know?
Anyways. What, some kind of
already
burned
setting,
cheese?
You know,
What was even the
let
point
this
of
cool over. Chemical compounds to combine, coagulate, fuse together. It's all gonna be beautiful. Oh fuck! It's hot. Oh, it's hot. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. I have gay sex with actors. Oh, I'm Will Smith. Oh, yeah, that's hot. My bald wife abuses me because I'm secretly gay and I let her do whatever she wants. My son's a transgender. Yeah, that's hot. Yeah, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, never had a friend like Will Smith. Wow, wet, Men in Black. Oh, here, I'm gonna. It's in the fridge. When I come home from walking, I'll show you that. But right now, I'm gonna eat this. Okay? Have a great day.
Okay, well, I'm sure you enjoyed that horror. I think I'm gonna do another bit of an intermission. This is actually gonna be a little longer. Land of Confusion from Genesis. I'll be back in a few because a little fitting.
Did you read
So, welcome back, and I got a few other people joining me. Got Kane and Florida Man here. I'm about to share a
Yes, it's me. It's me, the alleged 15-year-old, according to Vinluv.
Yeah, Kane, there's totally not a stream that with fucking Tame when we were watching Tamers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 where you bought booze, but this is Vinluv land. I wish I could find a better source than APAC, but okay. So now we reach the topic of tonight's stream. The reason I had a thumbnail of Tucker Carlson as an Ayatollah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to face the most momentous geopolitical transition in my lifetime. As Vinluv says, I'm 35. The Berlin Wall fell a year before I was born. We are looking at the Iranian counter-revolution. As perhaps strange as it might be to say, that we're looking at a point where instead of death to America, it's we're looking at like we're looking at the possibility of a massive geopolitical rearrangement.
Oh, yeah.
And
you mean like the continents rearranging?
More like the geopolitical chessboard is about to be overturned in the country that invented chess.
Oh, okay. Okay, you said political. I didn't hear that part at first.
That's fine, that's fine. I mean, look, man, you're... we'll just say it. You are... both of you are looking into joining the military. I feel like something that could possibly provoke or maybe even possibly avert World War III would be in your best interest. So we're looking at Isfahan here. This is a gentleman who is climbing a flag of Cyrus the Great, about to raise the old pre-revolutionary flag, the lion and sun flag back. They're chanting long Javid Shah, or Long Live the King, in Farsi in the background. So, kind of the first salvo. This whole thing started due to the fact of sanctions coming back, not to mention the 12-day war proving that the Iranian military is a paper tiger. Sanctions are crushing people. The merchants decided to have a strike and talking about how the economy fucking sucks. And it kind of snowballed from there. To, well, this, per the New York Post.
Iran! Iran! Iran!
Shit, it's all on fire.
Yeah. So the thing is, in Iran, it's a theocracy, so these mosques are not just places of worship. They're also sort of a store for weapons and supplies for the Basij that are the sort of paramilitary for the Islamic regime. And basically, they're putting barracks slash mosques on fire.
Iran! Iran! Iran!
I'd also like to say that regarding Iran, like a lot of people forget that they're the ones that are supporting the Houthis in Yemen.
Yep. Why do you think I'm talking about this shit like that's like the Berlin Wall falling? It probably not even more consequential. Yeah, they're not just supporting the Houthis. They're supporting Hamas. They're supporting Hezbollah. They're supporting the Shia militias in Iraq. Taking out this regime that is, when I say the militias in Iraq, they actually are bringing them in to gun down their own people because enough of not just the military or the Artesh, but also their Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps are kind of starting to balk at the idea of gunning down the countrymen they're supposed to protect. No matter how much the
I hear that.
Gone.
I hear is as much as 12,000 dead.
Yeah, 3,000 minimum, up to 20,000, probably even beyond then. Allegedly, even using chemical weapons. Now, I don't know how true any of this crap is. Iran's internet has been down for over a week, by the way. They're saying they're restoring some packages, but it's not sure whether it's all around or just for people in the regime. But you had Elon Musk trying to provide Starlink, which you've gotten some video footage out of from that. But, and there's already starting to be a flood of some just really atrocious things. How a sort of regime kind of holds on to power that is got a sort of an apocalyptic worldview. And they're responding exactly as you think, just kill them all.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, that, from what I'm understanding, again, this is all unverified, but apparently the U.S., not just the U.S., but also NATO, are moving a lot of military assets into that sort of region. The Abraham Lincoln Carrier Group is headed towards the Middle East. It's also they're moving a lot of stuff around. I mean, yeah, it does sound like when Trump said, "Don't worry, keep protesting, help's on the way." And, the Crown Prince of Iran, who... Holy shit, I feel like I need to, explain what the fuck's even going on. Iran was... fuck. I'd have to actually do a whole ass stream to explain why the fuck we got here. Here's the thing. Death to America, a bunch of fucking towel heads, giving money to fucking terrorists. Florida man, am I missing anything huge?
Aside from the PMR forces that Iran controls in Iraq to this day, no.
Yeah, no, and they're apparently sending them in to, kill these people. This is, all this mosque burning is, before they sort of unofficially declared martial law.
By the way, I meant PMF, not PMR.
Paramilitary forces, right. They used to have a monarch, then a religious leader took over. Yes. Iran used to be ran for actually about 2,500 years, was ruled by a king, or called the Shah in Farsi, or if it was an emperor, a Shah, or King of Kings. Probably the origin of Jesus Christ's name. Wouldn't shock me, considering the three magi are popularly considered to have been Zoroastrian priests from Iran. So in the 70s, Iran was sort of a rising power in the Middle East. But it wasn't totally equal. Even if with Iran having a GDP higher than Portugal or Greece, and if it continued on even that path, it would have been a middle-income country compared to what it is now. But there's a lot of displacement. A lot of people sort of wondered where the fuck they fit in. So there's this evil-looking towel-head dude named Ruhollah Khomeini. The Shah exiles him to Iraq, then to France. You gotta love how the French are behind every fucked up thing ever, including this. Michael Foucault was the boy fucker of commie France fame, was a huge fan of Khomeini. So a bunch of nonsense happens, economy shuts down, Shah decides to say, fuck this, I'm out of here. It's a lot more complicated than that, believe me. I don't have the time to get into this crap. A bunch of scary towel heads take over, death to America, yada yada yada, hostage crisis. And they want to export the revolution, but they're also not strong enough to openly try to do it, so they do it through proxies. So technically, Iran has not waged an offensive war. They've just did it through other people. And the funny thing is, the heir to Ruhollah Khomeini, Ali Khamenei, who is the current supreme leader of Iran, is also, like the Shah of Iran, is ailing. Like the Shah, he's barely holding on to a country that he is trying to pass down to his son Moshe, who is another cleric, who is the son of the current Ayatollah. And considering the whole revolution was, we don't want a hereditary monarchy, it kind of seems like it's rendering it kind of pointless. So you have economic collapse. You have the idea that the military can't really protect people anymore. You have a water crisis, by the way. Did you hear about that? That they're like, they're saying they have to relocate the capital to avoid some kind of catastrophic, everyone, dies of thirst kind of scenario.
Yep.
And you want to know who they're playing on state TV during this whole mosque burning, people chanting "Long live the king" against a regime that builds his whole legacy on "fuck the king"? They're playing Tucker Carlson interviews and Nick Fuentes. And, I laughed at the people that are saying that Tucker Carlson was a Russian asset or whatever, but I'm a believer now. I mean, what better endorsement can you have? So, Trump was apparently going to do some kind of strike this week. He called it off at the last minute. Apparently, not just the Gulf states, Qatar, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and others said, no, we're not going to allow you to use our airspace for this mission. Apparently, Netanyahu called in to say something that said, no, we can't do this. We're not ready yet. And Trump, for some reason, temporarily postponed the strike. You're really not helping with the whole Netanyahu has like a hotline straight to Donald Trump fucking rumors, So, and now, when I talk about sort of the heir to the Shah and the heir of the Ayatollah, on like opposite ends at this point, where they're talking about like one person is in charge of protecting the revolution, the other wants to reverse it, but the person who wants to reverse it, the one who's the revolutionary, this shit sounds like it's made up for a movie. Like the guy that's basically dicking around, snorting coke in the 80s and doing God knows what from now till then, going back to his birthright to become the king of the country he was supposed to be the king of. And it's some kind of Holly weird shit. Not gonna lie. I actually would like to go on vacation to Iran. They got a lot of beautiful scenery there. Let's see. Take a look at this. Look at that here. This is pretty funny. Takes down the Islamic Republic flag. Yeah, so he took down the old took down the current flag from the Islamic regime, replaced it with the pre-Islamic regime flag, the lion and sun. Take a look here. So, it looks like you got this Abraham Lincoln carrier group here that looks like they're going to provide a little bit of a protection here. They're saying it's going to, or looks like it's going to arrive Sunday, moving from the South China Sea towards the Middle East, arrival expected by tomorrow. this Nimitz-class strike group brings overwhelming force. Aircraft carriers supported by 5 warships, nearly 90 aircraft, more than 5,000 sailors. Twitter already changed the flag of Iran. Yes, I did notice that. Well, they're saying arrival's not expected by. They're saying the 23rd is. Again, really kind of shows you how sort of reliable this stuff is. Kind of flying blind. Really, really just flying blind here. So they're saying up to about 20,000 dead. It looks like you have NATO and American military forces sort of advancing air base, Saudi Arabia. I know I saw something today about that. So it looks like the United States and Saudi Arabia have evacuated the Prince Sultan Air Base, non-essential aircraft. Only tanker aircraft remain at the base. All other craft have departed. Tankers would be refueling, if I recall correctly, correct? Basically, they're just providing fuel. Looks like Al Udeid. So Trump is saying that he canceled these airstrikes on Iran. In fact, I'm going to play that video right. In fact, he's saying is, I greatly respect the fact that all scheduled hangings, which were scheduled to take place yesterday, over 800 of them have been canceled by the leadership of Iran. Thank you, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. Now, there are one of two things are true. Donald Trump is a giant fucking retard. Or B, Trump knows that these motherfuckers are lying and he's just bluffing. From what I'm understanding about some certain troop movements, it tells me he's probably bluffing, because he kind of said the same shit during the last strike before the last time he struck against Iran. Like, no, I'm not going to do anything, blow shit up. So, to me, I just kind of wonder how long. I mean, you already took some Venezuelan takeout recently. They snatched up Maduro. That was pretty funny. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I guess we're just going to have to sit and wait, you know? But I do have some other funny things to take a look at. Robux to Iranian Rial. Okay. Alright, we're going to take a look at this. It looks like one Robux is currently 123 Rial. Let's see. Wow. What about Wow Gold? Oh, weird. It's funny. I saw like Robux. There's like 15,000 Iranian Rials could get you one Robux, or hell, I got a better Rial to. Look at this. Their money's fucking worthless. Holy fuck! Their money is just went off fucking cliff.
Yep. That was part of the issue.
How the fuck are they gonna pay for this crap anymore? They're done. It doesn't matter if they fucking gun down every last opponent. They're not gonna be able to maintain shit. They're fucked.
Ain't nobody gonna be doing shit for free.
Especially not gunning down random people. I mean, their money's fucking worthless.
And then there's their water shortages.
Oh, wow. Let's take a look at that. Now we're going to look at The Guardian, which is just going to overlook everything else. They're going to say, oh, it's the environment. Oh, it's U.S. sanctions. But why don't we take a look at this? How How did this happen? Gripped by a terrible drought now entering its 6th year, Iran's cities are on the brink of what its meteorological organization calls Water Day Zero, the boundary which supply systems no longer function. This was crossed by Chennai in India in summer 2019, is now threatening Mashhad, Tabriz, and Tehran, where taps in the city's southern districts had already run dry by early December. Nightly pressure cuts in which the water supply is halted to whole districts in the capital have become the norm. Protesters demanding water, electricity, life, our basic right over the summer were already risking a clampdown. This is like during the 12-day war. So this didn't just suddenly happen. According to the Middle East expert, Juan Cole, the head of the regional water supply company, reported in early November that the 5 main water supply dams to Tehran, the capital, were only 11% full, and criticized the government for its inaction. Tehran, home to 10 million people, has been threatened with the most drastic measure of all, evacuation. If it does not rain in Tehran by December, we should ration water. If it still does not rain, we must empty Tehran, the country's president, Masoud Pezeshkian, holy crap, Masoud Pezeshkian said back in November. When the biggest demonstrations in Iran in years erupted a few weeks later, followed by a brutal government crackdown, the fundamental insecurity induced by lack of water was a crucial but underreported background to the upheavals that may yet topple the 47-year-old Islamic Republic itself. The immediate causes of the protest were a combination of worsening government austerity and a dramatic currency crisis. The falling value of the rial pushing domestic inflation up beyond even the 40% it had reached earlier in the year. But that shock has... okay, so basically, the mullahs are fucking retarded. Iran is some kind of horrible hybrid of the worst aspects of religious fanaticism and socialism, and a lot of their companies are ran by the IRGC. I don't even know if I would call it fascism unironically, but that's kind of overblown. They got rolling blackouts despite the fact they're one of the biggest oil and natural gas producers in the world. Everything about it is just a country that is just completely incompetently ran. And I don't normally talk about, let's just, boots on the ground, blast the crap out of everything, but I don't know what else to say. I don't think anything else is going to keep an enemy of this country from, continuing to be an enemy of this country. And I'm tired of pretending that I should think otherwise.
Yep.
All I know is I'm ready for some explosions. I'm ready for some crazy shit. 2026 has been a hell of a year already, and we're only a little over halfway through the first month. I mean, what else is there to say at this point? But, got anything else to say?
Here's to a regime change.
Here's
and a friendly one at that.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, are we gonna need to get some playing cards out for the fucking mullahs? Are we gonna find fucking Khomeini in a spider hole? I don't know. But